Welcome. Welcome to week 2. Thank you for being here. The cemetery collapsed.
I'm allowed to unmute finally.
Yay.
Hello, everybody in the chat. Hello.
Welcome.
I guess let me read the chat. Space is asking, how do we donate? So, just to get that out of the way, since that's a direct question, if you'd like to support the show, Nathan and I are splitting everything that's donated. So, super chat, memberships, Nathan's direct donations, and then Nathan and I are figuring it out after. So yeah, Nathan's direct links or super chats or memberships, and then Nathan and I will figure it out after.
Yeah. We encourage the memberships because if we hit a certain amount of YouTube memberships, we have Odd Boys tier memberships, which would be great.
RC card dude said, "I'm Crothers." Should I say, "Hi, I'm Crothers"?
I can't turn up.
Should I just do lines? Can that be the whole show? Do you just want me to do lines that Nathan and I? Nathan will just be like, "Can you say this line?"
Here, how's that? Am I too loud now? I should sound great.
You sound good to me, but yeah, that your microphone is. Oh my God, Space just said, "Holy crap!" Space just said,
"Oh, Space!"
Oh my God, Space! Thank you very much.
Holy
Space!
Crap!
That is incredibly generous of you. Thank you. Basically, the more memberships, the more super chats we get, the more that we can do this show. So it is very, 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 very much appreciated. And then Nathan doesn't have to do any more drama podcasts. He can finally be free forever.
No more drama. Yes, so if you didn't know, I was a part of the LolCow network, and I've left. And I'm working on, like usual, my own things. I hope you've been watching the Man series on the Dad channel. I have a lot of things coming out that I'm making on my own. And this show, a weekly show on Fridays with Tom, is one of them. So I hope you keep joining. We're doing this on Fridays. We're going to try to do it more days. Oh my God, Space started giving 100.
Space! Odd Boys Forever. Nathan, we have to do the show every day.
We have to do it every day. This is incredible.
That's it. That's it. Also, if the support keeps up, we're doing this every day.
We will. We have to.
Yeah, we have to. We have to.
Is it in the description? Okay. Yeah. So donating in any way you can or becoming a member, gifting memberships really helps because once we hit a certain amount of members, we're going to add a day of this show. So we're doing it Fridays now. Maybe we add Monday or Wednesday. So,
Tom is 5 times louder than Nathan. Yeah, we got to get.
All right. I just turned myself up. I am peaking right now. I can turn you down. No, we're the same. We're literally the same. I'm looking at our levels. We're exactly the same.
Turn me down a little bit. So for anybody who this happened last week, sort of.
There. This should be fine.
This happened last week, sort of too. It's because I think it's because I'm using a vocal microphone and Nathan's using a wireless mic. So I'm using
an expensive lavalier, but it is a lavalier and it's not like in my mouth like Tom.
Right. I guess I can move my mic a little further away and maybe that'll be a little better. So hopefully it's okay.
It should be good.
Don't listen to Derek said. Also, yeah, Space.
Attach it to my mustache, Raxter said.
Space, that super chat and that those memberships, that's incredibly generous. Thank you for supporting the show.
Thank you.
As Nathan said, we're gonna try to do this every week. We're gonna try to do this every week. And I think what he was trying to say before the microphone thing is we're gonna try to do 2 days a week. Fridays for sure, and then another day when Nathan and I can fit it in.
Yeah.
But if the show does really well, then we'll add another day that's kind of what we're thinking, is that if it does really well, we'll do another day.
Right
So
now, it
we'll
says
see.
I have 322 memberships, and those are like just me doing my own videos and stuff. I'm guessing it's about 342 now because of the one Space just gave. Thank you again, Space, for being a psychotic angel. But if we hit like 420 members, we get like 100
We'll smoke
more.
weed.
It'll take a few weeks. There's no rush, but if we get members every time we stream and we hit 420, that's a lot more money we're earning. And then we'll add another stream day. It'll be worth putting time in and taking time away from editing and Tom doing his streams and me making videos. I edit all day, as you've been seeing. Hopefully, you've been seeing the man videos on the Dad channel. There's been 2, one uploaded today, one uploaded yesterday, another one was last week.
I saw that.
There's something interesting coming very soon to the man series, so please keep your eye on the Dad channel. There will be a very long thing upload coming soon, and I hope you all watch that.
Can I just say that I like the man series, and this is like, I have no involvement with man. My involvement was with Dad. I like the man series. I do wonder if it would have done better on another, like its own channel. I'm sure that
maybe because Dad was like sort of over, but I thought it was a perfect segue to go like end the Dad series temporarily and then do something else on the channel, since it has a captive audience, but like no one watched. So maybe some people will cover it, but the finale of this part of Man, I think, will be cool, and it will then be an hour-long upload of the whole series as like a movie, and maybe that'll get some views. But once it's complete.
I hope so. I thought your aesthetic was good and the idea is good. So
I loved it. It's so different than Dad, but also weird like Dad.
That's why I think it could have done, and this is like, it's over and done at this point now, but I do wonder if it would have done better on its own, like separate.
Today I made a TikTok for Man, and I haven't uploaded anything yet, and I'm going to upload it there, and hopefully that like analog horror crowd finds it, and maybe it'll take off and bring people to the YouTube channel. So I'm going to try that, because they're like short videos, The thing I don't like is that I like that they're square, but TikTok is vertical, so it's going to have black on top and bottom. And I want it to be just square. Like YouTube adapts, the player adapts to the aspect ratio of your video, which I like.
TikTok you'd have to you'd have to punch in and make it, I think it's 9:16. You'd have to punch in to make it work for the vertical format. Yeah, I'd have to
re-edit everything, because then some stuff happens on the side of a shot, but if it's on me, you won't see that. So I'll have to like make an edit where it cuts to it, or it pushes over, zooms over, which is like, it kind of messes with the direction of it all.
Yeah. You know what is a TikTok? I think that what you're saying, it does make sense. There's not a lot of like big TikTok ARGs. The only one that I can think of is Jeffiet, and he started with an ARG on TikTok called 10 Tapes that Nightmine ended up covering, and it did really well on TikTok for him. That's like what jump started his career. But literally, that's the only popular TikTok ARG that I can think of is 10 Tapes. So yeah, maybe it could be something there.
Yeah, RC Car Dude. I that's what I was hoping. I didn't care if people thought it was more Dad or not. I just wanted people to watch, and I figured some people would think, oh, Dad turned into this new character named Man, which I was trying to like let people go into this with a fresh mind and be like, this is a whole new thing. But as long as people were watching, that's all I cared. But it seemed like people just kind of lost interest because it wasn't Dad and it wasn't Diane and all the other people that they were familiar with, and they're like, I'm not interested. I don't think YouTube audiences are very open-minded to seeing new things.
No.
When they see a channel, they want only that till the end of time. If James Rolfe does anything else on his channel, no one's going to watch.
I was going to say,
one thing forever.
I was going to use James as an example. Like, you're friends with James, and I've met him a few times. We've hung out with him together. He's a nice guy, but I feel super bad for him because he's been doing the same character and he just does it like he's punching the clock now, which I see people online making fun of him for that. Like, they're like, oh, I can't believe that the cinematic, like, he's just punching the clock. But he doesn't want to do the videos anymore. He's just trying to pay for his family. So I get it. Yeah, I get it.
That's what I'm trying to do big time now. I need to like pay the bills, but I'm also still wanting to be creative. So I'm putting out the Man series for 4 people just so I can satisfy my creativity, but I'm not satisfying the bank account. That's what Odd Boys is here for. We're bringing the juicy drama that everyone wants to pay the big bucks for. We're going to expose the government secrets and the alien hiding places.
Oh yeah, we speaking of.
Wait, I just realized you have a mustache too. We're two mustache boys.
Well, I
had a mustaches. That's the name of the show.
I had a beard, but now I fashioned it into a goatee. I shaved my beard into like the goatee, and Alba was like, "What did you do to your face?"
Is it genuinely? I am redlining. I don't care what anyone says. My microphone is maxed out. There's no way I'm quiet.
We'll consider this the second test while we figure out audio
Raspberry,
things.
I cannot use as my barometer.
No, Raspberry is I listen. I love Raspberry, but Raspberry is a troll, and I never know what Raspberry. You can't trust 50% of what they're saying.
Mothman is too far from your mouth.
On Saturday night, as people gathered to watch the famous
videos playing.
Yeah, hang on a second. You're all a bunch of penises.
Well, if the microphone, we'll check the levels after the show. We'll check the levels after the show, and if Nathan is still too quiet,
is this better? How about if I do this and I wear it in my shirt?
You should put it in your mouth.
The stick is in my shirt. I can put it.
Put the microphone into your mouth and just talk. That's perfect. Okay. That's perfect.
I drooled all over it.
Fine. See, like yeah.
That's actually better.
That's actually better. Every single person is just saying that. Yeah, that's perfect. You should just top level. Mothman would never steer us wrong. That's exactly how we should do it.
The man trying to steal my fiance.
Is that true? Is that the drama? Oh yeah, this is a drama podcast. I don't know where she is right now.
I'm finding in the woods looking for him.
Is that the tea? Is that what?
That is always the tea.
We're gonna talk. Oh, that was what you were saying before we went off. I think everybody should get used to this. Just us talking and circular tangents all the time.
This is a casual show, and eventually we'll get the topics. If you don't watch it live, there will be timestamps. I learned how to do the timestamps. I did it wrong the other day, and I don't know why they weren't working.
Yeah, I put the timestamps on my videos too.
I do it all the time, but I didn't realize you have to start with 000.
Yeah.
To work.
So what we were saying before we went off on a tangent, I don't think you finished this thought. Nathan recently has left the LCU. And now we're doing this.
Yes, we are. I've left the LCU. I'm not doing that anymore. It was nice of them to offer me a spot over there. It was fun while it lasted. I liked everyone I worked with. It's just not for me. I think my audience knows kind of like what I do, what I like to do.
Yeah,
and it was a bit of a fit. It just didn't feel right. So I bowed out, and I don't have any problem with anybody. And I don't think anyone's mad at me. Keem did seem a little like disappointed, and I feel bad for doing that to him, but he paid me and it was fun and cool, and I tried it out, try new things, and now we'll continue doing what we were doing and do our paranormal stuff like we've been doing for the past 10 years. And here we go.
Longer than that. I've been making videos with
when we did our show, the Who Knows show, that was like 2017 or whatever.
That's crazy so for anybody who doesn't, somebody did ask this question, and I'll do it really briefly just so we get it out there. Somebody asked, how did Nathan and I meet in person? I went to high school with Nathan and his brother, and we were both in the hardcore scene, hardcore straight edge punk rock scene. And so it was just, everybody in that scene was friends with everybody. So I've known Nathan forever. I lived with Nathan and his brother for like 10 years as well. So I've just known Nathan forever. We've made videos together forever. I think that's yeah. But we did have a podcast previously, which talked about paranormal stuff. And we tried doing that on Twitch. And I think it was 2017. And I think it just wasn't the right... It didn't work with Twitch in 2017. That one was
awesome.
So it was fun to do.
Set was awesome. I loved the set.
Everything was just covered in tinfoil. Yeah, it was fun.
We covered the whole room in foil, and we covered ourselves, well, heads at least. And then that led into Tinfoil Tom, the fully covered tinfoil man.
Yeah, so I took that idea because Nathan and I have, and I guess in terms of our interest in the paranormal, I grew up listening to Art Bell, Coast to Coast AM. Nathan grew up listening to Art Bell, Coast to Coast AM. There's something
if
particular.
You leave, Miss Blue, thank you for being here. Thanks for coming by, and
thank you for being here. Thank you.
If you're passing out. Hello, Catatonic, Aladdin, Kermit, Nikki, Hoddle, Chunk, everyone, Fraxter. Thanks for being here. I try to say hi to everyone as we go. Chunk!
Oh my God. Chunk! Thank you, Chunk. Thank you.
We try to do around 2.5 hours. Tom might stream after, but if we go too long, he said he might not stream on Twitch after.
Oh yeah, I should mention that.
After you mention that, we should let's get to the first topic.
We'll get to the stuff. Basically, Nathan and I did this podcast, a paranormal podcast. We've always had an interest in this stuff. And that led to me creating the Tinfoil Tom character that I do documentaries on my YouTube. And I'll just give myself a little shameless plug here. If you'd like to watch those documentaries that I put a lot of work into, Nathan has my YouTube channel and my Twitch linked in the description of this very
Go
podcast.
Subscribe.
Please check it out. We're blabbers. No. Dragon. Also, hello, Dragon Buddy. We're not blabbers. What they say now is we're yappers. That's what the Gen Z people
is that
say.
What they say? Yappers? Is that a thing?
If you talk a lot, you're a yapper. You're like a certified yapper. That's what the children now say. So we're not blabbers, we're yappers.
That's why we have a show. We're here to yap.
That's why. Yeah, we're certified yappers.
All right.
Well, are you all ready to tuck yourselves into something spooky? We've got a lot of things lined up, so we're gonna try to go.
We gotta see what the best stuff is that we have. We'll start with something quick. This is this is true crime, I guess you could say. It is real.
I like how you're just like, it's true.
I mean, it happened. This was in the news. This is CNN. This was at Burning Man. Someone died, and they don't know how and who. Let's listen to this real quick.
Burning Man turned into a crime scene on Saturday night. As people gathered to watch the famous wooden effigy burn, a man was found dead in a pool of blood at a makeshift campsite. Now, the famous festival.
Raspberry, shut up! Shut up, Raspberry, shut up!
I wonder if Tom is streaming tonight.
I said
he's currently streaming right now. You're looking at him.
I see your. Nobody asked that question. If anybody does any donating, don't ask me that question. Shut up.
Hey, you guys, we're almost at 69 likes. Let's keep it going. All right, let's see the rest of this.
Investigation. Well, according to the Pershing County Sheriff's Office, deputies were flagged down just after 9 p.m. when a person had discovered an adult man's body. Deputies and rangers responded immediately. They closed off the scene at a makeshift encampment site called Black Rock City, and they confirmed that person was dead. Officials say the investigation is ongoing. They haven't yet identified that person. They have taken the body to a local medical examiner's office. Authorities say this appears to be an isolated incident, but they're asking anybody who remains at the festival to be vigilant.
So that was, I think, last weekend.
Nathan, can I just?
But a pool of blood is what is most catching for me. It wasn't just like someone passed out on drugs, or overdosed or something like what you'd expect at a Burning Man festival. It was laying in a pool of blood. That's
insane. Can I just say it sounds like they had a killer time.
Too soon. Czar,
broke so many hearts leaving the LCU.
TTS.
Everyone over there is binge drinking and swapping stories about Las Vegas prostitutes.
What?
Seriously though, have either of you stay overnight in a haunted location?
Thank you. Czar Mania. It was a bit of a heartbreaking thing leaving, because I genuinely felt like a dad leaving a bunch of kids, because everyone embraced me as dad, and I was like the level-headed nice guy over there. So I felt kind of bad. Like now it's just everyone screaming at each other still. But that's the reason I left.
Yeah.
I get it. That's what their whole gimmick is, and it's funny for some people, but it stuck with me, and it lingered when I'd get off stream, and I just kind of felt like not great. The stress kind of got to me, whether people were being real or acting or not. I think most of it was genuine. So anyway, I apologize for leaving and teasing people by showing up and then just leaving 2 weeks later. But it was something I tried, and I appreciate you coming here. And yes, I have stayed in a haunted place. I did a seance in a haunted hotel in Seattle way long ago, and I've stayed other countless haunted hotels. I've done a lot of streams with them.
We've stayed on the Queen Mary,
here
like the most haunted. We both, you and I have both done that together 2 or 3 times.
That's right. We went to that boat all the time. That's something we could do if we hit enough members. Maybe we do a special Odd Boys stream.
I would love to.
So to answer your question, Neil, we did one of our best streams ever on the Queen Mary, which is one of the most haunted places in the world. And that stream doesn't exist anymore. It was on like the Dad channel or the Dad Gaming channel or the Super House channel or something.
It was on one of them at some point.
Beyond Worlds, one of our many channels, and it doesn't exist. Kyrie found the link to it, and when you go to it, it says this cannot be displayed. So Kyrie had the link. That
stream was the stream that you got really drunk, and you took. Kyrie was the one who did this. I specifically remember this. Nathan got really drunk on the stream, and then outside a restaurant, Nathan got completely naked on camera on stream and dove into the Long Beach Harbor, which is one of the most heavily polluted waterways in America. And Nathan jumped in there.
It's the busiest harbor in the country. It's like where everything gets imported to America is at Long Beach. There's huge boats out there, like giant tankers. And the water is very oily, let's just say. And I remember saying, if someone gets $500, I'll jump in the ocean right now. And we're sitting at a restaurant, and there's a railing right next to us where the ocean and the boats were parked, right next to where we're eating. And then, boom, like seconds later, Kyrie gives $500. I stood up instantly, and I don't think I even took my clothes off. I think I just jumped in with my clothes.
You took all, because I was worried we were going to get banned.
Down to my underwear?
No, you took all of your clothes off. You got
no, I wasn't naked. I wouldn't have done that.
You got completely naked and dove in the water.
No, I wouldn't have done that in public. There's people eating there. I would have got arrested, Tom. There's no way I got naked.
You wouldn't have gotten naked in public.
Who was there? Who here in the chat was watching that stream? I guarantee you I was not naked. I was either in my underwear or I was fully clothed.
Ask Kyrie. Also, on that same...
Someone get Kyrie in here.
Also, in that same event, when you started putting your underwear back on, you were wet, and I remember you peed in your pants, and you tried to give me a hug because you thought it would be funny.
I'm sure I did that, but I definitely was not naked.
Then you weren't naked because you peed in your underwear, and then you were like, come here, Tom.
Yeah, that's
I want to give you a hug.
That's funny. Well, I haven't drank in almost a year, so, but I would still do that. I would genuinely, if someone gave $500, I would go tonight and do a special edition of Odd Boys and just jump in the Long Beach Harbor.
There you go. If that's the well, I would love to go back at some point.
We should do a special stream, anniversary stream.
Yeah, maybe if we hit like a certain goal, because then I would have to try. I no longer live near Nathan. I moved out of the City of Angels, and I now live elsewhere in an undisclosed location. So I would have to travel there, but I would be down if we hit like a goal of some kind.
That would be cool. We should definitely make that a goal. Also, if anyone wants to speak on the stream, it's $10. The TTS will play. Otherwise, we'll read your donation. So if you give $10 or more, you will hear it on stream.
Right.
Yeah. And we also we have some goals for like the pink donos and red donos, don't we?
So we do have a goal. So I think what we have it set now is that if we hit on any one particular stream, if we hit 5 red donos, because Nathan and I are splitting these, and then YouTube also gets a 30% cut, so some of it does go away. We are going to have our significant others build tinfoil suits around us.
Scared of my
if we hit 5.
Thanks, Nathan, for a lot of fun in the Neo Geo music video.
Thank you, Brody.
Thank you, Brody.
I agree. And thank you for watching the Neo Geo video. That's very nice of you to give $10. Thank you for supporting the show. Hope you guys show up every week.
Thank you.
So our hours right now are 6 to 8 California time, Fridays, which is 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. East Coast time.
But what if we just streamed what if we just did a 24-hour stream every Friday? Do you remember the last 24 hours? I will say, I did a 24-hour stream with Jamie like 6 months ago. I did a 26-hour stream
nice. I miss the long streams. I'm down to do that.
But I did it as a psychotic. I was like, I'm going to stream for 26 hours because Jamie and I kept being like, I'm going to go for 25 hours. I was like, I'm going to go for 26 hours. And then eventually he was like, I got to go to bed. This is stupid.
Yeah, too much stream can ruin
it was
a man.
Fun. But yes, the Burning Man story that is sad. So they don't know whether or not that's a murder?
I guess so. I haven't heard any developments. Has anyone heard any developments on the Burning Man thing? Tom, if you look it up while we're live and you find anything, we can talk about it towards
I'll
the
check
end
it
of the
out.
show. But I'm going to go to our next little story here. So we're going to have to skip through this a little bit. This is a longer video, but this guy does a good job of talking.
No, it looks like they've just identified. They identified the man as I'm just looking at a random thing. There's a fundraiser for the person. It was a Russian man who was living in Washington State who was at Burning Man.
Oh, that's who died. A Russian guy.
It was a Russian man living in Washington State. So, but they don't have any other news about it yet. His name was Vadim Kruglov.
I worked off all those days, didn't I, Mothman?
The 11. Are you just counting doing a regular stream though?
Yeah, that's what I was. Oh wait, maybe I haven't even done regular streams since the week.
You haven't even been streaming, so do you have?
I genuinely just spaced and forgot because the moving has reset my brain, and then I started doing lolcow. Oh, I owe like Twitch streams and YouTube streams.
Yeah, you owe a lot of. You gotta get back in the stream mines, my friends.
I also have to start. Well, I'll start streaming actually next week because I had to start advertising for the second fundraiser for the Dad movie. I'm gonna start the Dad stuff again this month, September next week. So I'll be streaming to advertise for it, and those will be the streams.
You've got 11 days on the timer to advertise. Then
Mothman, I genuinely didn't realize I didn't even do them. Totally out of my brain.
To be fair to the chat, Nathan was also he got engaged. Congratulations.
Thank you.
He also moved, so he has been busy. He has been busy.
And
he was also on
lolcow.
Right. He was also on. He was on lolcow for 2 weeks, and there was all of that.
I just made my. I just forgot.
There was a lot.
But yeah, okay, I'm gonna do those streams. How many do I have? It's not 11 days. It's
11 times 12, like 12 hours.
No, it was shorter than that, I think.
The chat will remind you.
I think it's like 11 hours. Let's just go with that.
What about 11 minutes? He could do that right after the stream. He could just go on Twitch and put a timer up for 11 minutes.
I can't tonight because Katie will be back around when we're done, and I need to see her for a couple hours. I never really see her because every night I'm doing something like streaming on lolcow, and then she comes home and then just goes to bed. When I'm done,
but
she's going to bed. So here are my thoughts so that we can both see
your future wife and my wife. Here are my thoughts so that we can spend time with our significant others and then enjoy our time offline. What we need to do is get Odd Boys super popular so that our wives can then leave their jobs and then they could start a second podcast with us called Odd Couples.
I'll tell you what, Katie wants so badly to quit. She's a nanny and she wants to have her own baby with me. So she wants me to squirt a kid into her, and then she wants to squirt it back out into a baby blanket. And then I will support both of us and she will feed the kid boob cheese and stuff. And then she wants to start a daycare at the home where she watches other babies while she watches our baby. That's her dream. So if you guys want me to squirt a kid out, we need more members.
Will this be an illegal daycare, like Jared's illegal dog daycare business?
No, it will be a legal daycare.
No. We should base the business.
That will be in New England. We're planning on moving to New England. So buy some Hyper Fox merch.
There you go.
And support the show. I have shirts and hats. It's my clothing line. I am a fashion mogul now.
Well, we better get the show popular then so that you can pay the bills.
We have to.
So if anybody would like to support the show, please consider a membership.
Membership or donations help. All right.
I do.
So 31 Atlas, we watched a lot.
Is it 31? Yeah, I thought it was I.
Sorry,
Isn't it 3I?
It's 3I. I always say 31. It's 3I Atlas.
I was like 31.
There's an unknown object hurtling at the Earth faster than anything we've ever seen move through space. That's information. I think that's said in one of the videos we're going to watch tonight. Actually,
it's also, as far, I'm trying to remember, I read a bunch of articles about this recently. It's also, I believe, the largest extraterrestrial, because extraterrestrial is not necessarily an alien spaceship or something. It's just like something from beyond our solar system. It's the largest extraterrestrial object that's ever gone into our solar system. I believe it's some estimates predict it to be 7 miles wide, which if you remember, the other one was a Oumuamua, that other comet that came through. That was a football field in length. This new thing is up to 7 miles.
It's the size of Manhattan Island.
Yeah.
Like all of New York City is the
crazy.
size of this rock thing.
And we were all going crazy about Oumuamua because that was like a football field comet. Like that's very big. And this dwarfs it. This is the size of a town, a city.
Yeah, it's insane.
Crazy.
So let's watch this. I'm going to skip through this, but this guy made a video that was like really informational, if that's the word, educational.
Also, very fashionable man, I must say.
Yeah, look at this guy. Look at his groomed beard.
Very, very. He looks like he works at Aeropostale.
And geophysicist
remember
Bob Burns here. There is a
do you remember
interstellar
Aeropostale?
object that is.
Yeah, I think it's still around. Okay, so apparently this thing, I just heard some video we're gonna see. This thing's moving. It's abnormal because people don't think it's a rock because it's moving faster than anything we've ever seen, like way faster than a normal comet. It's bigger than a normal comet. And light is coming from the front of it instead of the back of it. So many weird things. Catatonic, did you see?
Catatonic.
Did you see congressional UAP hearing on 9/5? Oh, did you watch that? Is that another thing they did?
I haven't seen the UAP hearings yet. I've been meaning to watch them, but yes. George Knapp, I believe, testified at the UAP. Do you know who George Knapp is?
Yep.
George Knapp, I believe, testified at the UAP hearings, which is cool for him. I love George Knapp. So congratulations, George. Las Vegas investigative reporter George Knapp for finally testifying before Congress.
Thank you, Catatonic. If you saw it, please tell us here if any interesting tidbits from that. If you heard anything.
Yeah, I need to watch it.
Also, another thing about this this rock that's hurtling towards us, or alien, they think it could be an alien probe sent here to get information. It could be a ship. Who knows? But it is getting here around Halloween, so it makes it even spookier, the timing. And it's going on the other side of the sun. There's a point when it gets closest to Earth, we won't be able to see it. So they think it's possible that it's doing that so that we can't look at it when it's close to us, but it can look at us.
Did you hear the conspiracy about that? I believe it's November, by the way, not October. But
no, it's October. It's right. It's a week before October.
Oh yeah,
that's what I've heard in every video.
A week before Halloween. So yeah, I heard November, but yeah, October could also make sense timeline wise. Did you hear the theory, the conspiracy theory about what it's going to be doing behind the sun?
No. What?
Because it won't be visible by any of our satellites or any of our surveillance opportunities. This is when the alien mothership will be planning its assault, and it'll be readying its weapons to destroy Earth, because we won't be able to mount any sort of defense and launch the nukes at it or anything. So when it goes behind the sun, that's when the aliens are preparing their assault, and then by November we'll be doomed.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes total sense. It all checks out.
Right. So what I would tell
everybody, protect yourselves. They're going to read your minds.
Right.
They're going to see all the perverted things you're thinking.
Delete your browser history. That's what they're coming for first.
All right, we gotta listen to this.
Oh my God! This man's browser history is all feetfinder.com.
Yeah, they're gonna see Mothman's browser history, and they're gonna blow us up. They're gonna, all these people are degenerates.
Spent $17,000 on sniffers.
He's gonna see all of my feet pictures that Mothman has on his phone, because he's constantly posting them in Discord. All right, I'm playing.
This is 3I Atlas, and no one really knows what 3I Atlas is, so I call it an interstellar object.
Can you pause that for a second?
This almost has 1 million views, by the way. 5 days ago.
He's saying nobody knows what it is. I will just say, we do know what it is. It's a comet.
Well, maybe. We can't really see from the distance it's at. They assume it's a rock or it's frozen ice and gas.
They assume it's a comet, but like it is a little misleading to say like nobody knows what this is. It's like, well, we kind of assume it's a comet.
Tom, nobody knows what it is.
No. This email that I just got from not the NSA that just deposited $50,000 into my Cayman Island offshore account tells me that it was just a comment.
All right, well, that checks out too. Can't deny email.
Check your bank account real quick.
If we get one new member, that member can decide what this thing is, and we will live and die by that.
What if they what if they say it's just a space porta potty?
Or if it's something worse. Let's see what they say.
Is there anything worse? Have you ever been in a porta potty? Is there anything worse than that?
Yeah, I stuck my head in a porta potty for a book, just straight up down inside the poop.
You know what the weirdest thing about this is a side tangent before we get back to the video.
Oh my God, we're never gonna talk about this thing.
The weirdest thing about a porta potty is when this is, and I don't know if anybody in the chat has ever experienced this. Anytime I've gone into a porta potty, I get in there, I unzip my pants, I take out my enormous penis.
Shut
up.
That's a UAP. Unidentified penis.
And then when I start to go to the bathroom, I look down into the porta potty. There's always the biggest poop in there that I've ever seen in my entire life. And I don't know how it came out of. This happens every single time I go into a porta potty. There's always like a poop in there that's like a foot long. And I don't understand how it erupted from somebody's body.
Thank you, Raspberry.
Raspberry, thank you very much for that super chat. No, I can't give you $500 in Amazon gift cards. I can give you $500 in Monopoly money if you'd like.
Here we go. Like I get the
interstellar comet. There is a large group of people that are saying that it's some sort of alien technology, either sent to monitor the solar system, perhaps even to send some ships out when it's at its superior conjunction as viewed from Earth. That'd be Octet. We'll see how 3i Atlas has been evolving. Here, though, is our optical imagery from July 3rd, just a couple days.
You know who this guy looks like? He looks like the love interest from Jane the Virgin.
Of gas and dust that's surrounding it.
It's a funny show.
If you have dust in space and you're near a star, you have plasma.
Also, I'm looking at the chat. I don't need fiber.
From the
chat's saying I need fiber because I have tiny poops. Why? What? I don't need fiber. I have plenty of fiber in my diet. My poop is fine. It's normal. I'm saying that these poops that I'm seeing in the this is a conspiracy right here. The poops that I'm seeing in the porta potties are alien in origin. They're extraterrestrial poops. They're living sentient beings. They look like they're gonna jump out of the toilet and strangle me. They're so big. I have plenty of fiber in my diet. Thank you very much.
I think, is that the handsome man still? Wait, where is it? I think that's not the video I wanted.
You don't want to watch the handsome man anymore?
Here we go. Wait, is every video? What is going on?
Is every video the handsome man?
This is the video I wanted.
This is the video. Okay. I did watch this one too.
This one has it says 1.6 million views. This one's great.
2017, the Earth encountered a very
So he breaks down the other ones that have come here. There's been 2 other comments like this one, and he talks about those to put in perspective this new one and how different it is.
Oumuamua was the other one. That was like 2017.
Yeah. I'm just going to keep turning this up and down as we chat, but let's listen to this guy for a second.
It was unlike anything we've seen before, and it's taken us years to figure out what that object really was. Now, in 2025, it's all happening again. Another strange visitor is approaching our sun. Only this time, we can see it coming, and things are about to get even stranger.
Yeah, they are. Because we're watching Odd Boys on Friday.
This is Oumuamua. It's the first interstellar object ever detected, meaning that it came from another star. Then it spent millions of years traveling through space on its way to encounter our own solar system. I think the Mothman
came to Earth on Oumuamua.
That thing, that took millions of years to get to us. The last one.
Yeah, I mean, well, these things are coming from other star systems, other solar systems.
It's crazy that they can figure that out. Like, I can't even find my car in a parking garage sometimes. Like, how are people so smart to figure out this? Oh, it's been traveling for 1 million years. Yeah.
I mean, it's just physics, right? Like they're just taking
physics. Your car should be over there.
They're taking, not that it's easier, but they're taking like the trajectory and the speed and like all that stuff, and they're just quantifying that.
Calculate.
Yeah.
You know, right?
So they're still just estimating unless they're actually able to get a sample, which like that's an interesting thing about the new comet ? Maybe that is apparently will have a satellite in orbit in 2026, I think is when they could possibly do it. But we do have a satellite that could conceivably get a sample from the 3i comet as it passes by Jupiter.
I heard about this, but it's gonna be hard to pull off.
But it's if NASA decides to devote resources to it, that would be we would be. I could argue. How could this
land on it? Won't it?
How could this possibly go wrong? Getting a sample from something with possibly like something that could be.
It's moving like 380,000 miles an hour.
Yeah,
it's moving almost
crazy.
500,000 miles an hour.
It's crazy. Yeah,
it's the fastest thing they've ever seen going through space.
I can already see the horror movie that is established after. It's like, oh, we got a sample from this thing. Oh, now there's some weird like space disease that's ripping through Earth.
Yeah. All right, let's play for a second.
But still, this one caught us by surprise. At the time we finally identified the object, it had already made its closest approach to the sun, and it was on its way out of the solar system, back into the void. Oumuamua gets its name from the Hawaiian observatory that first discovered it. Originally, they thought it was just another comet, but on closer inspection, they realized it didn't have the signature tail of a comet that was passing through the solar system, so it must be an asteroid. Only this object was behaving too weird to be just another space rock. It was moving too fast. This is the first indication that we are looking at an interstellar object.
Is that the one coming?
Everything inside our solar system.
I think they're still talking about
Oumuamua of the sun. All of the planets. Is the amount of sunlight being reflected off of it. Giant bodies like Saturn and a flying saucer that came from another star might start to sound a little crazy.
He talks about the second one
unless that's Acros that gets released as the ice sublimates too. Anyway, the point is that all of the off-gassing will act just like a thruster on a spaceship. So if the sun is heating one side of the comet, it's going to shoot more gas out in that direction, and the force will push the object and change its orbit.
Not to like dissuade any sort of like conspiracy theories about it or anything, but when that off-gassing happens, it acts as like a thruster, like he's saying, but then the actual like trajectory and the speed and like the way that the comet or asteroid or whatever it is behaving will be different than how we would like see it in just like outer space, because it's melting and it's giving it like propulsion.
Yeah. Okay, this part is cool. I'm gonna play this.
Faster than Oumuamua, and it's coming from an entirely different direction.
This is 3i.
While we basically hit Oumuamua and Borisov head on, Atlas is coming in from the side, like a T-bone collision. And that means Atlas originated in an entirely different part of the galaxy, somewhere distant, ancient, and very unlike
really
our home
far
cosmic
away.
neighborhood. Okay, we're typically used to seeing our Milky Way galaxy from this perspective, top down. And that's us right here, pretty much halfway in between the core and the outer rim. But from our perspective, the galaxy looks more like this, a side-on view. We've got a big sphere-like core, also known as the bulge, and it's surrounded by a relatively flat disk of stars and planets and gas and stuff that's all swirling around like a spiral. The vast majority of those stars are located in the very center of the plane. We call this the thin disk. It's where our sun is located, but just above and below the thin disk is a much less dense and more diffused layer of stars known as the thick disk. Because there's less star-forming action up here, objects in the thick disk tend to be much older remnants from the early days of the galaxy.
Space is perverted.
And then outside the thick disk, there are these random pockets of star formations that we call globular clusters. Those are probably really weird, but we're not going there today. The reason you need to know this is because 3i Atlas appears to have originated from the thick disk, And if so, then this might be an unfathomably ancient object. On the high end, it could be more than 7 billion years old, older
like from the
than our
beginning
own
of
solar
existence.
system. So that alone makes 3i Atlas a very interesting object. But there are
if this was in the Dad universe, that this asteroid would have a very high amount of OA, original atoms, from when the Big Bang happened. Those atoms, you know, since it's an old thing. So this is probably a magical sentient rock coming at us.
This, like what he's describing, this is what I think is the most fascinating about this comet or asteroid or alien mothership sent to destroy us, is that it is coming from a place of unknown origin, from far outside our solar system. And anything, I think that's the scary thing about it, is that we don't know what's beyond our solar system. We barely know, we know some things about our own solar system, but obviously we haven't traveled beyond the moon.
We don't even know what's going on in the ocean.
We don't even know what's going on
all the time. There's like a new fish discovered the other day.
We're still infants.
Oh, new octopus,
in like,
I should say.
In like the scheme of the universe, we are still like infants.
Yeah.
Compared to everything else that's in the galaxy.
Sorry, it was a new squid that was discovered the other day. I'm remembering as I'm thinking.
But that's the thing, we don't know anything about it. It could be anything, and I think that Harvard scientist that is classifying this as like a possible extraterrestrial craft. That's like a very famous, highly contested theory that he has. He's saying that there's a 40% chance that it's like an alien craft of some kind because of all the factors.
I think so.
But like, and this man is pretty controversial. But with all of the things that are like adding up, like the fact that it's coming from a direction that we don't know anything about, it's from a different star system, it's moving at an unusual speed, at a strange trajectory. There are light sources that we can give it some theories, but they're unexplained as of yet. Is it just off gassing, or is it a nuclear propulsion?
Rock.
Right? Is it a farting rock, or is it a nuclear anti-gravity propulsion system?
We'll find
hurtling
out on
it towards behind the sun so that it can plan its nuclear assault and fire all the laser beams at the CNN building. I don't know.
Also, hey, we should say, are we going to do a members call-in at the end of the show for the $25 members? Are any of you $25 members here?
Yes. So we should say that we have
Who are they? I don't
highest.
Remember. We have to figure out how to get them to call in and put like a room in Discord for them.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, we'll do that. We're gonna make a room in Discord for the $25 tier, but we want to open up the lines, just like Art Bell Coast to Coast AM. Open lines at the end of every show. We're gonna do a call or two.
Yep.
It's the $25 tier. You'll have your own room in Discord, but at the end of the show, if you have a spooky story,
tier, we gotta do stuff for the $15 members. And
we'll send them a signed 8x10s.
We should do maybe a thing too on like a voice chat for any member, like any member of Nathan's, of the Nathan YouTube channel, can do a voice chat, and we get them in like a group call, and we can all do a voice chat segment.
Yeah, we'll figure out that stuff. I think but if anybody is a member and they want to jump
in, who are members if they want. Anyway,
we'll announce it, and if anybody is a member of a tier, of one of those tiers, and they want to call in with a spooky story, consider becoming a member of that tier, and we'll open it up. I think we've got like 4 or 5.
If people are enjoying this, we're gonna try to stick with Fridays. It seems to be the best day this time for both of us right now. But if we get more members, we'll do another day. We'll add more days of this. I would love to do this like Monday through Friday. 2 to 3 hours a day.
This is really fun. This is TGIOB. Thank God it's on. Thank God it's on, boys.
Intrigue even further. One is size. This object is really big. Initial reports put the diameter at up to 20 kilometers across. And as we continued to observe Atlas, we started to understand a little more of what we were looking at. It quickly became clear that this object does have a coma surrounding it, a cloud of gas and dust, meaning that it's not a solid object like Oumuamua. It's actually an interstellar comet like Borisov. So the coma is 20 kilometers wide, but the nucleus, or the solid mass of frozen stuff in the middle, could still be as big as 11 kilometers across. That would be 10 times the size of Oumuamua
is it a rock
and 5 times the size of
frozen
Borisov.
gas or
So
something?
they are getting bigger. And thing number 2, this is probably the strangest
Sparky,
fact about
welcome.
Atlas, is its trajectory. Since this object is hitting us from the side, it's going to have the opportunity to pass by several planets on its way through. The object's closest encounter will be with Mars, coming within about 28 million kilometers. Then it's going to pass relatively close to Venus, about 97 million kilometers, and on its way out, 3I Atlas will fly by Jupiter at a distance of just 53 million kilometers. So it's getting in
and
some
that's
good
when
quality sightseeing on this trip.
we have
but
a satellite that could conceivably, if we redirect it in 2026, it could make contact and it could retrieve a sample, which would be, for our lifetime, this will be the only time in our lifetimes, because life is unfortunately short, that probably we get a sample from something from beyond our solar system. Not just from beyond our planet, from beyond our solar system.
So seldom that it happened. Hello there, Lewis.
Right. So I hope that they send that probe out there.
He says something in this interesting.
Will actually be on the opposite side of the sun as the comet makes its way through the inner solar system. That means our telescopes will lose sight of the object in October this year, and we won't be able to see it again until December, at which point it will have already made its closest approach to the sun and will be on its way out of the solar system.
Well, that's when it's preparing its
just like with the strange behavior
apocalypse lasers.
Yeah, that's when it squirts its bombs at us on its way out.
Right. And unfortunately, I heard that the satellite asteroid, whatever it is, it's going to target those not members of this channel first.
The only way to protect yourself is to get a membership. The aliens like that we're covering it, and they're gonna salvage all of us who are invested here.
Right. The aliens want to be influencers, so they really want us talking about them.
They're watching top streams like this. By the way, 20 likes away from 100. Please like it.
Big streams.
Of Oumuamua, some would say that the planetary grand tour of 3I Atlas is no coincidence, that it might be the intentional behavior of an alien probe, one that is trying to learn as much as possible about our solar system, while at the same time avoiding close observation from the only inhabited planet by hiding behind the sun. Even with an open mind, that one feels like a pretty big stretch. If an ancient alien species
can you pause it really quick?
Yeah.
I am curious, how many people in the chat are safe from the alien annihilation? If you're a member, can you say safe in the chat? I would like to know how many of you will survive.
Say danger.
Right. I would like to know how many of you are going to survive the impending apocalypse.
Because, if you do become a $15 member at least, we will send you a breakdown on what to do to prepare for the alien apocalypse.
Right.
So
and
we're
if you're
only going to send that to members because it's going to cost us a lot of time and resources to write up this list and send you things on what to do.
And if you're not a member, no, I guess if you are a member,
if you are members room in Discord, only for you, your eyes.
If you are a member, we'll send you the burnt, crispy remains of the people who are not members.
Wow. Karma is not safe and never will be unless they get that membership. That's their words. It's not a scam, Aladdin. Trust us.
Oh,
there's an alien creature in the room with me.
The aliens are possessing me. Become a member or be destroyed.
It's a creature that I'm not used to seeing until last year. This new being. Hello, creature. What is your name?
Hello.
What are you?
I am a woman.
She's a fiance. A phrase I've never said before. It's foreign territory.
I will say that the creature that's in the room with you might as well be an alien for you. It's a creature of unknown origin.
I'm not used to this interaction with these species.
You're like Neil Armstrong on the moon right now.
And then showing you this alien.
There's brown sausage in the room too.
Hi, Tom.
Hello.
He says hello.
How are you?
Hello, brown sausage. Oh, our ears are wet. They're sucking on each other's ears. Those freaking dogs are disgusting. They're always slopping on each other.
One giant leap for Nathan Kind. This is it.
this way
inviting
across
herself on
interstellar
stream.
space that traveled for billions of
keep playing.
years and had the opportunity to check out a planet that was covered in life and home to an advanced civilization, but then they just shy away from us at the last minute. Anyway, the cool thing about
Raspberry
Atlas
Raspberry
we
is
still
saying
have
he
a
wants to
couple
play
of months to
Konosuba.
observe it.
I just read that.
No, stop it.
Raspberry,
I have blurps. Blurps are turned on. No one has done one yet. We probably shouldn't have said that.
Right. Blurp sound effects are turned on, and media share is actually turned on too. But to prevent this this sort of blurp terrorism that is commonplace in the Nathan universe, media share is very expensive now, and I don't think anybody is going to do it. So
Media share is really expensive. If anyone wants to play a video, you do it, and we will be at a buy lunch for a couple of days. And then if you want to blurp, you can still do that. So yeah, there you go. And Frankie is good. He's back with Seth. Yes, living the relaxing life.
As it
oh
gets
yeah, how did he
closer and
do?
closer to the
How did
inner
he do
solar
with his?
system.
Did
So
you
in
ever
time,
find out about his
a lot of the
illness
mystery
the
will
other
be
time when he like fell over or whatever?
No, he just I think he ate some of the pug's food and got sick and threw up and he was sick for like 24 hours and then he got better the next day. And I've been Seth's been feeding him like soft food now and he eats it really fast. So
Frank is quite old.
he's 17. So yeah,
yeah,
he's
it doesn't.
ancient.
Yeah.
Converted into knowledge.
Okay, this is
And
the end.
unlike Oumuamua, we might still have a shot at intercepting Atlas. Now, we probably
Yeah, here.
can't get anything built and launched from
As it
Earth
passes
fast
by
enough,
Jupiter.
But we do have pre-existing spacecraft in orbit around Mars and Jupiter. So there is a potential scenario where one of the Mars orbiters moves out to try and get as
wash my
close to
face mask
Atlas as
off.
possible.
Bye, guys.
There's even a scenario where the Juno
Bye.
spacecraft departs from orbit around Jupiter and meets up with Atlas in deep space next spring. That's unlikely to happen, but it would be cool, if for no other reason than to just know for sure what it is we are looking at. If we could have done the same for Oumuamua,
Thank
then
you,
we'd
Sparky.
probably have a lot more answers
Not
and a
wife
lot less
yet, someday.
questions today. But even without sending a probe, we still have some pretty good ideas. So, assuming Oumuamua wasn't an alien spaceship, it could still be a comet. If a comet is just a chunk of frozen stuff, then reason why Pluto was or a
Anyway.
rogue planet, and it shatters into an
So-
unreactive, that's Oumuamua. Very close, and then just fly away without
That's pretty much that.
So what's your take on the three eye phenomenon? Do you think, and I think that this is the big contention going on right now, is that there is a certain amount of the scientific body that is saying that there is a possibility that this is a possible ship of alien origin,
Yes.
and that when it goes behind the sun, these are real scientists, by the way. There's a Harvard scientist saying this. They're saying that it could be preparing. There is a possibility it's preparing for some sort of assault as it goes behind the sun.
Even
what's
name?
your?
I had the video, but I guess I don't know where it is right now in the doc. But Neil deGrasse Tyson talks about this, and he breaks down what he says. He doesn't really get to like a great point. It's not like a good clip in there of like he just kind of rambles the whole time. But basically, what he says is, we don't know what it is, but he will entertain the idea that it could be an alien craft, which he normally never does. He's usually like super practical. Like, no, it's a comet. Chances are. He says aliens, maybe, sure, but he was actually like giving it more of a possibility than I expected. So I think it's probably better. Chances are it's just like a big rock that's moving really fast because of how it got initiated into motion from some explosion or something. But a percentage that so many people are saying there's a chance it's aliens is making me excited. So I can't deny
What do you
that, 'cause
think?
I want it to be
So-
aliens. I always want everything to be aliens.
Something that I think is interesting is that there is a significant light source that's illuminating from the comet, asteroid, whatever it may be itself. And that's in many of the pictures is that,
Yeah,
and I think
coming
the
from
thing that's
front.
it's coming from the front, sort of like acting as headlights,
Yeah.
or at least it appears to be headlights. What is your take on what this possible light source is? I have my own theories, but
I mean,
what is your take?
Practically, if it wasn't like a headlight, which I don't think it would need headlights, if it's a spacecraft. Also, I was thinking if it's a spacecraft and it's physically traveling, that's kind of archaic old. If it has to fly through space and it can't just like bend space and time or just appear in another, universe, then it's probably kind of old human-like technology from another human-like planet. I think of that, but also, it could. I mean, I haven't heard any scientists say this, but you would think, oh, maybe it's just the friction of it hitting outer space or atmospheres or whatever, and it's lighting up red, like when a re-entry happens on a shuttle and it gets red hot. Maybe it's just something like that, but I haven't heard anyone say that. So it makes me think, okay, is it headlights? But like, why would it have headlights? Is it a Buick? Why do you need headlights in space? I did
read a scientific paper, and also Dragon Buddy asked if we could see pictures. We did look at a video that showed some pictures, but if maybe if Nathan could pull up a picture, we could see that on stream.
Of what is this?
Of the actual illumination. Like there's a lot of pictures on online of it. So I read a scientific paper, and I think that this makes the most sense to me. Well, there's two different things. The Harvard professor, I think to say if it is aliens, he wasn't discounting that it was some sort of like nuclear propulsion device, and that's what we're seeing from it. But I think that the most likely scenario, at least based on like some of the things that I've read, and it's kind of agreeing with what you're saying, is it's space dust evaporating from the speed at like that as it's traveling. So
yeah, something chemically
I think that's
happening in front of it.
Right. Or it's like water, and like that water being burnt off, because if it's possibly made out of liquid,
or radiation or something,
or radiation, I think that the dust makes the most sense to me. So it's like space dust. Also, the thing to consider is that this thing is 7 miles wide now. Maybe it was bigger before, and there's parts of it that are actually burning off as it's traveling, because it's moving at a tremendous speed. It's also moving closer to the sun, so it's physically getting hotter. So as much as I would love for this to possibly be space party aliens that are coming down here.
It's a space party bus for sure.
It's actually Spuds McKenzie piloting the thing. I don't know if you remember.
It's Howard the Duck.
It's Howard the Duck.
I
would love for them to be coming here to like enlighten us and bring us to like a whole new civilization and age, and bring us the super technology. They're bringing us cold fusion and how to cure every disease known to mankind. But I think the stronger likelihood, unfortunately, as much as I want to believe it, it's a space rock and it's evaporating. But I will also say, before we move into the next story, though, I included a little bit of audio.
Exactly, John. The Venga bus is coming.
I included a little bit of audio. This is something that I did think was fascinating, is that the point of origin for the 3-eye object that's moving towards us is the Sagittarius constellation. And do you know what else came from the Sagittarius constellation, Nathan?
No.
The WOW signal.
What's the WOW signal?
So in 1977, I believe it was researchers at the Ohio Big Ear satellite from their radio observation tower. They picked up this signal that's widely regarded as like, this signal came from this same general point of origin deep within the Sagittarius star system. And they call it the WOW signal because a researcher wrote "wow" next to it as they like found it. So it's called the WOW signal. But things like the X-Files and all sorts of other like science fiction have like referenced the WOW signal forever.
So is this like when in the movie Close Encounters, when they get a signal and it's like they think it's like a message, like a Morse code message or something? That's what this inspired that?
Yeah, the WOW signal.
Hear the signal? Can I hear this on YouTube?
I put it in the doc.
Audio it is.
Yeah. It has like 1 million views or something. There's audio in the doc. But listening to it, it's super creepy that in 1977 we got a message. Yeah, exactly. Raspberry saying it's wide. It's like a very wide. It's there. It should be there.
Bob Lazar disturbing. Am I in the wrong doc?
It is.
Carmes,
did I not put it?
Carmes de Seguridad.
Carmes?
The Spanish text.
Swear I put it in the. Oh, yeah, down here. Underneath Atlas Arrives. It's underneath
the Google
your
one.
No, it's a YouTube thing. Underneath the Google one. Look underneath the Google one.
Oh, something to note.
Yes, this is but this is a real thing that happened. We received a signal in 1977. And like, yeah, it's only a minute long, so we can listen to it.
Oh, yeah, let's listen to this. This is fascinating. Wow,
But
signal,
the
1977.
But 3i is coming from the same direction in the Sagittarius constellation. They're coming from the same place. So this to me is like,
Wow.
I'm like, this is actually
this is going
very
towards
creepy.
where this came from.
This is coming from. We received
it's coming from. Oh.
It's coming from the same point of origin. So it's like, they're both coming from the same place. So was this a warning?
Is fascinating.
Like
my
in
gosh.
1977, did we receive a warning saying, we're going to come and destroy you if you don't stop doing war?
Yeah, definitely. They hate the freaking war. Hang on.
Or whatever.
Let me play this. Is this gonna like brainwash us? If we listen
No,
to
I've listened to it and I'm perfectly sane.
Yeah.
You've never heard of the WoW signal? I'm surprised.
No.
Very famous.
It's also like the movie Contact that Carl Sagan wrote.
It inspired a lot of stuff.
So how did they discover this sound? Through what means? Like satellites?
Ohio University, like they received it through like it was like a radio transmission. They like picked it up.
What station?
The Ohio University campus.
So some guy was listening to the radio. Was like, "What is all this noise? Oh, must be aliens." And
it
now
was a
everyone's
research.
Obsessed with it.
It was a researcher, but like SETI, the search for extraterrestrial.
The morning talk show with this, and they thought it was aliens.
But SETI, like the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, these are like
they're using their like satellites to listen for sounds.
Yeah,
that's what Jodie Foster was doing in the movie Contact.
But
she was looking for these types of signals. So this guy found one.
This was like this. The WoW signal inspired things like Contact. Like this was a real phenomenon. It's like very widely covered.
Contact is such a good movie, and I love that it's written by Carl Sagan. I didn't know that when I first watched it until I was older.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's just a lot of like modem download internet startup AOL sounds.
But we've never decrypted this. Well, like it's like what are they saying?
So but here's the thing. My question about this. You can listen to this and think, okay, that's aliens making alien technology, that some technology from very far away is sending a noise, some sounds to us. Also, there's three things you could think. That is our equipment interacting with radiation in space, and it equals and causes our instruments to make these sounds. So maybe it's the instruments making the sounds. Or it's just how our instruments interpret energy or a force. So maybe it's like combined with our instruments, or is this just raw, actual sound that basically a space microphone picked up?
I think that the most likely scenario is that it's aliens singing the Cisco song, the thong song.
Is this their translation?
Girls like what? Or guys like what? Let me see that thong.
Thong.
That's what it probably is. No, but like I think that's the thing that I think is most interesting about this is that like what if this was a precursor to 3i coming within distance of Earth to be, noticeable? What if this was a warning? Like, what if this was them saying, if you do not stop doing this, and this, so something else, and this is a very, very loose connection, but we could do this next. I included a Mr. Ballin short. Also shout out Mr. Ballin if you ever want us on your show. Love you, Mr. Ballin.
Yeah. If you ever want us,
are the aliens coming for us? There's a short where Mr. Ballin tells a story where I was like,
link?
This is a story that Mr. Ballin tells. It's really brief, but I was like,
have a link in the doc. What's it called?
Yes, it's underneath your Sammy. Nathan wanted to do a story on Sammy Hagar, and I was like, well, we could do a better thing than Sammy Hagar. Talking about Sammy Hagar.
Interesting. I was like, I watch so much stuff during the day, and I'm like, and I just start adding stuff to the doc. So,
but let's So to preface this is a story about aliens. Another interesting thing about aliens offering us a warning. And in my head, I was like, okay, we've got the wow signal. We've got this other thing that took place in the 70s that Mr. Ballin will tell the story really briefly of. And now we have the 3-eye object coming towards us.
Yeah.
Was it, have we been getting warnings for the past 40, 50 years? And because we haven't heeded them and we've still engaged in like nuclear proliferation and destruction and war and like, hatred and bigotry and all of these like really nasty things, are the aliens coming to destroy us?
I mean, I can't say no. Oh, I got another short thing to play as well.
But let's watch the Mr. Ballin thing and then we can, this is the last thing.
Here we go.
3-year-old kid.
Also, I asked Mr. Ballin if he wanted to box me 2 years ago, and he wrote back, "No."
Also, but before we
He's a military man. I thought he would be down for it.
No. Before we get into that, let me just say really quick: Mr. Ballin was a Navy SEAL. An actual Navy SEAL. If you boxed him,
Navy SEAL doesn't translate to boxing skill. They have combat training, but he's not ring training. He could probably pull a knife on me and disarm me, but he can't not throw a nice 1-2 combo.
You're gonna box Solid Snake. He's going to destroy you, Nathan.
Yeah, no. The boxing training is different. He's trained for war. No, I'm trained for the ring.
Nathan, I think that you're.
If he has an AK-47, he can beat me.
I think that you're talented. You're a talented YouTube boxer. You're athletic. You've trained at the Hollywood influencer gym this whole time.
No, every coach I've had is a legit boxing world coach. They're not YouTube trainers. I watched some videos. I'll tell you how to do it.
Mr. Ballin was a Navy SEAL that got blown up with a hand grenade.
See, Samba gets it. Yeah, so he probably thinks that boxing, if he got blown up already,
Mr. Ballin
win.
Mr. Ballin would destroy you, Nathan. I'm sorry.
I genuinely, and I don't normally think highly of myself with boxing, but I do think I would beat him. And I love Mr. Ballin, and he could do a lot of other dangerous things to me. But if it was down to just boxing gloves, I think I'd win.
I think Mr. Ballin told you no because he was like, I would definitely win. Nope. This is like not a contest.
He said, no, thank you. I'm not interested in boxing, but he was nice.
And then in parentheses, he said, because you'll beat me.
Yeah, he saw the dad round 1 first critical question. He said, "No, thank you. I would like to continue telling spooky stories." So,
yeah,
I will say,
I don't know.
Scary stories. I hope you've all watched the most recent video on this YouTube channel. I brought back Grave Stories, the original version of the show, which is me reading true ghost stories from a book, which is what started it all. Former gravedigger reading grave stories. The episode is on my YouTube. Instead of just a camera staring at me reading, I figured I'd put some spooky gameplay footage over it because that's kind of what everyone does now. And I put Limbo, and it's me playing it, and it was really fun to make. I'm going to make more. They don't get any views. It's not a very popular thing, but I love making them. So if you want to watch it, give it a view.
Check them out.
It's also on Spotify. Listen on Spotify if you want to listen to it. It's back up. I've restarted like a new season of Grave Stories on the same Grave Stories account on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, all that crap. Yeah, check it out.
So. I will say before we watch this really quick, 2 things very quick. I was once walking like down the street somewhere, and there was a houseless person listening to Mr. Ballin. So shout out to that person who was listening to Mr. Ballin in a tent. I didn't expect to ever hear that while I was like walking past a houseless person. They were just listening to Mr. Ballin.
Likes Mr. Ballin.
Everybody loves Mr. Ballin. I love Mr. Ballin. You love Mr. Ballin. We all love Mr. Ballin. The other thing that I was going to say, no, never mind. I lost it. No, this is what I was about to say. On Grave Stories, you always say that you were a gravedigger. This is true. But whenever I hear your intro where you go, "Hi, I'm Nathan, a former gravedigger."
Hello.
No, I don't want you to give me the. I've heard it.
Former gravedigger from spooky old New England, now living in Los Angeles, and this is Grave Stories, or something like that.
So what people don't know is that Nathan had 2 jobs while he was saving up to move to LA. he was a grave digger, but he also worked at Whole Foods at the same time as a bagger at Whole Foods. He bagged groceries at Whole Foods.
That was way before the Great Cemetery. I was
it was like 2004.
You're telling me my job. I know when and where I worked.
You don't remember anything.
I worked at Whole Foods when I was way younger. I worked at the cemetery when I was 22 to 24. I worked at Whole Foods.
You worked at Whole Foods too.
No, it was when I was dating Michelle, and that was when I was 20 years old.
I think you still worked at Whole Foods. But anyway,
I didn't have two jobs. I worked full time Monday through Friday at the cemetery. I couldn't have done another job. And every day I would go home, I would shower in my outside shower, and then I'd go to the track, and I was trying to beat my time for like a good part of the first year. I was trying to get back my high school mile time, and I did better than it. I did not have another job when I was a grave digger. That was the only job.
It's still funny because whenever you mention having a job as a grave digger, I always think of you working at Whole Foods. I went into Whole Foods once with I always think of this for some reason. I went into Whole Foods once with Tony, and Tony and I were in there buying burritos at Whole Foods, and you were insanely sick, but they were still somehow letting you work, and you were like, ugh, and you were like at a thing, and we like went to go give you our uncovered burritos so you could like ring them up. And you were just like, that looks like a pretty good burrito. Could I cough on it? And I was like, no, you can't. I was like, get out of here. I always think of this whenever I hear this intro.
Funny prank. I'm just giving you my friendship germs.
It wasn't. You had the bubonic plague or something, and they were still letting you work, and you wanted to cough on my burrito.
I'm 44 with the body of a 19-year-old. You need some of my germs.
I don't want it. I don't want it. I just wanted my burrito.
We interrupt too much.
Yeah.
We need to get to the spooky. All right, we're changing subjects after this video.
Named Rafael Perez, and he's out of this airport in Chimalacán, Mexico. And this kid, he's gonna fly on his own for the first time. So he takes off at 9:15 a.m. and right away he notices that it's very foggy. So he really has not really a good sense of where he is. He can't quite find the airport. And so he tries calling in with a radio. He doesn't really hear back from them. It's sort of garbled static. So he takes the yoke and he tries to bank the airplane left, but the airplane doesn't go left. It just continues flying in a straight line. The plane begins to...
Wait, I don't want to forget. Someone in the chat said something about, was this a story? I don't think they were talking about this video. They were talking about something we were talking about earlier. The video where the pilot was taken over. Is that?
Yeah, this is it.
Okay, cool. So someone in the chat mentioned that. I wasn't sure if this is what we're about to experience.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Climb, and he's not making the plane climb. The plane is climbing on its own. There was like this huge cloud that he was basically flying into. He can't see anything, and he passes out. He wakes up in the cockpit, has no idea how long he's been asleep for, but he's immediately shocked that, holy cow, I did not crash the plane. He also looks out the window, and there's no more mist or fog. It's actually just the open ocean underneath him. And he looks at his clock, and it says 11:30. Took off at 9:15. It's below 3 hours. The amount of time that has transpired that apparently I was asleep for is not enough time for me to arrive over any body of water. In addition to that, he looks at his gas gauge, and it's at 3/4 tank. And he knew that not only is that way too high, but he wouldn't have had enough gas to reach any water body. And as he's coming to like, what's happening here, somebody chimes in over the radio.
Is this guy alone on the plane?
It was like a single-seater plane.
Okay.
So this is pretty
what part
crazy.
Of the country or world was he in?
This was Mexico.
Mexico. Okay. All right. What year did he say?
1972, 73, 70s somewhere.
The 70s are super haunted. There's always spooky stuff happening back then.
And goes, hey, are you there? And he grabs his radio and he's like, hey, I fell asleep in my plane. I don't know where I am. And the guy on the other end, he's like, hey, this is Carlos. Are you alone in your airplane? And Rafael's like, of course I'm alone. Where am I? And Carlos is like, listen, you're just off the coast of Acapulco. And for the last hour, you've been flying out over the water. He arrived off the coast of Acapulco now an hour earlier. It takes 3 hours to get there. He apparently did it in about an hour and 15 minutes. He lands at the airport in Acapulco. And as soon as he gets off, there's these people in suits that are there to meet him. And they immediately take him and they drive him to a hospital. They drug test him.
And these were like Men in Black. If you research these were like the typical like Men in
Black.
Like if you research
such a good story. This is like a conspiracy theory then, this whole thing.
No, well, but it's verifiable. This like actually like this pilot made it this impossible distance in a super short amount. Like it's all verifiable. That's what. And this is the craziest thing about this story is that we don't hear about it because it was kind of covered up by the Mexican government. But it's gotten out because like you can go into their archives and there's like news articles and there's like reports about it at the time. And Mr. Bond will continue the story, but like the distance that he traveled and like the fuel gauge and like all this stuff is backed up by verifiable evidence. So it is highly unusual, if anything.
Yeah.
So have a psychologist come in and they give him a profile, make sure he's sane, and she determines that he is. And so finally they say, okay, we're gonna tell you what happened. When you showed up off the coast of Acapulco, you showed up on the radar screen of who you were talking to. And he talked to you for an hour while you were out over the water, and it was recorded. And I'm gonna read to you the first thing that Raphael said to Carlos.
You can hear this recording, by the way.
So is this when the guy was knocked out or when he came to in that conversation that they had?
Like, I'll spoil it for you a little bit.
No. I want to let me just play it and then we'll talk about it after.
Okay. Yeah, just play
but
it.
Not of his own free will. We are using him as a microphone. Your equipment is too primitive. It is not important who we are or where we come from, only that we are inhabitants of the same universe. For the next 30 to 45 minutes, the voice being projected through Raphael talked about humanity as the only intelligent species in the entire.
This is when he was blacked out. He was a husk. He was a instrument.
Well, he was possessed. Like they knocked him out, and
was it a different voice?
It was his. You can listen to the audio.
The
audio. Yeah, you can. There's like there's a recording of his audio from the air traffic controller.
This is incredible.
It's in Spanish, like the audio, but like you can find translated versions.
Did you play it for Alba? Did she hear it?
I haven't played it for her yet, no. But like
I'd be curious to hear what she says about it.
You can listen to his. Yeah, you can listen to his audio.
Okay, this is the best story I've ever heard. I'm gonna keep playing this.
Our universe that uses warfare and conducts violence on each other, and you are poised for a nuclear holocaust, and you may be exterminated if this continues. And then at about 11:30, Raphael wakes up. No one has any idea how Raphael wound up over the coast, and the Mexican government quickly took this story, buried it, and now you can only access it in this obscure library in Mexico. There's this 23.
That is the coolest thing. We need to play that audio. Aladdin asked for that.
Yeah, you can find it. Like if you look on YouTube, I'm sure you could pull it up now. You can find the audio of the pilot. His name is Raphael. You could type in Raphael UFO audio or something, and it'll probably come up. It's a pretty famous case. But it's in Spanish, obviously. So there is a version on YouTube that I've heard that's subtitled.
El día 3 de mayo de 19...
If you just fast forward through, like you can find his audio, but they have his audio that they've dug up.
So,
but this is what I mean is like this story. So I like, connect the dots. This is the piece of string with the tack on the board. But like, there's cases like this where aliens were supposedly warning us of like where you will be exterminated if you don't stop doing what you're doing, humanity. And then we've got the wow signal, which is untranslated, possibly a warning, coming from Sagittarius, which is the same direction as 3i, which it's going to go behind the sun, and it's possibly a vehicle of alien origin.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a little scary to think about.
This is crazy. Let me see if they play the recording.
Que vivió el piloto en aquel momento donde reportó.
Here it is. Yeah. I'm not controlling the plane.
Oh, this is a different case, I think. This is there was another. So okay, yeah. There's two cases. Okay, there's two cases. I think it's showing two. The first case, this is even crazier.
Okay, so
actually,
here, I think this is it. Let me see if this is.
There was another. Pause it really quick before we move into this audio. There was another case where, and this is another. It shows up on radar. There were other craft signatures that showed up. Supposedly, this pilot, around the same time period as the other pilot who was possessed, two crafts came up on either side of a small aircraft, and then a craft came up from the bottom, and then this pilot was trying to get away, and he couldn't. And he was calling in just being like, hey, something crashed into my plane, and there's crafts on either side of my plane, and I have no control of my aircraft right now. I don't know what to do. And these alien or whatever they were brought him. They flew his aircraft, and then eventually they broke off. And then he had to circle around this airfield because whatever came up from below him damaged his landing gear, and he had to circle. At the same time as he was circling, he had a screwdriver, I think, and he was like jamming it into like where the landing instruments were, and he was eventually able to get his landing gear to descend and land his plane safely. But that's another verifiable account of a Mexican pilot in Mexico that had a close encounter with alien craft actually controlling his aircraft.
Is it this pilot recalls?
I think that's
probably
probably
UFOs hijacked his plane.
Yeah, that's that story. But this is around the same time period.
Was in trouble.
Carlos,
a small plane can easily stall.
Que puede tener un piloto.
This is the pilot.
But just as Carlos thought he might be about to die, the strange objects flew off, and once again, he had control.
I listened to something like Coast to Coast or something a long time ago, and there was a pilot calling. It's like, I see stuff all the time. There's times where like they're right next to me, and they disappear, and then they come back, like just like commercial flights that we're just like sleep on the plane, and then they just fly around. It's like pilots are always seeing stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if they like.
Let me see if I can find the Raphael audio. While you're looking for it.
You play that. I'm gonna play everyone something a little different here.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find that audio.
Show. This is a fascinating thing to me. We're gonna jump around a little bit this evening. We're at Friday nights. We're here to just talk about anything paranormal. This is Odd Boys. We like it all.
Oh yeah, I found a video. It's called. I think it should be on here. I mean, it's an hour-long video.
Thank you to the members. By the way, 7 likes away from hitting 100 likes on the stream. If you like this show, please give a like. It does help.
There is an hour-long video from a channel called Area 52. The pilot that was possessed, his name's Rafael Pacheco Perez. And I don't know if there's audio in this one, but there is like an hour-long video that this channel has done.
I don't know. You can watch that whole thing, but it's an interesting story. We can.
Oh, Joe Rogan talked about it.
I saw that. I don't know if you want to play that or not. We might get
just play
for his stuff. So
I don't know. I have seen the Joe Rogan clip though, actually, and they do play the audio on the Joe Rogan.
It's the same video I was looking at earlier that they watch. I just saw that.
Yeah. So we could possibly play that after, but let's watch. But yeah, fascinating stuff. Fascinating stuff.
I love all that stuff. Aliens taking over planes. That definitely happens. I think. Also, I have a theory on UFO, a new theory on UFOs that I don't necessarily think they're aliens. I think it's like, what do they call? What's that company? Lockheed Martin or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff that they're working on. I saw some comments from a guy in a video the other day who said he works for Lockheed Martin. They're like, they're the company that like owns the world or whatever. This guy's like, the stuff I saw, it's science fiction what they're making, and it'll never come out. It'll never be
right
for us to ever experience.
Well, even
they do it so that we can't. They make it so that then they know how to make it and prevent us from making it. And
right. I mean, I think that even like going as far back as like the 70s, right? Like, let's say Area 51, Site S4, Groom Lake in the Nevada desert. That's where they were working on, like, yeah, that's like, it's infamously tied to UFO technology, but that's also where they were working on stealth aircraft. Like it's like, I think it is like highly conceivable.
So yeah, that was,
they're way beyond that.
Then.
But even back then, like, let's say like 1975, and you're a farmer who lives somewhere or whatever, you work at a laundromat in Nevada, and then you see a stealth aircraft, something you've never possibly imagined, it's pure science fiction, fly silently overhead. And then you go, I saw a UFO.
Yeah.
But
that's
like,
what I'm saying. UFOs that we see are just like super advanced airplanes that they're making. That they're using like bending space and time. They figured it out. They figured out a lot of stuff.
It's definitely cooler. And something I saw Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about recently is that in the past, and this is like, I'm paraphrasing, but in the past, we would say that's God.
Yeah.
But now we go, that's aliens.
Yeah.
And it's like, but really,
it's scientists.
Right. But really, it's Gary from Missouri that worked on like a stealth bomber. Yeah. And it's like, oh, that's Gary.
Hello, Benjamin. Welcome to the show. Let me play this video. Next week, I want to get into my theory or theories on the missing chromosome from monkeys and humans, and how I think maybe we aren't native to this planet. This is a video I saw. My grandma is in Hawaii and saw this outside his balcony. My grandpa saw this outside his balcony. This is a thing I'm fascinated by because I've heard a lot of stories about, I could tell one that we've probably all heard before, that pilot that was on Joe Rogan told a story about another helicopter pilot, what they saw coming up out of the water when they were picking up a floating missile in the ocean. I think there's stuff under the ocean, and this is one of the things that could be one of the things. Like, what is this light?
Mm-hmm.
and it's not moving. Hang on. The shore is right there. You can see he's standing on the shore.
I'm not sure what this orb is under the water.
But he's saying it's an orb, glowing
it's been
orb.
there for like 30 minutes.
That's a jacuzzi.
Yeah. And you don't see anybody in the water. It's just.
I mean, it could be a jacuzzi.
You know, I think for this,
but you hear the ocean.
I do think, and not to be like a
goose
down there.
I think it's 100% no, it's not a jacuzzi. I wish it was. It's an ocean jacuzzi. What I think it probably is, if you know, and I want to believe
you're gonna say the bioluminescence. I don't think that.
But see, I
looks
do. I think it's
different. I've seen the bioluminescence in Santa Monica.
I think it's bioluminescence.
So it's bioluminescence all in one compact area down at the bottom. Bioluminescence fills up the whole area. It's like the little things that are swimming around. You can see it and them moving. They don't form a ball and sit at the bottom of the ocean.
I think it's
clearly
a big one.
one source of light in one area that's darker around it.
There's a very big bioluminescent creature. I don't remember the name of it, but it's a single
why is
not
it
a single
moving?
cell.
And it's this bright?
Yeah, there are like singular bioluminescent creatures that can become quite large. And I think it's probably that.
So the whole thing glows. You can't see the shape of it. You can't see a body part of it. You don't see its structure, its scale. You don't see anything. You'd see it's just a bulb. It's literally just a bulb.
Raspberry said it's Biden luminescent. True.
Biden,
Joe Biden.
Biden is an alien.
Oh, that's where Biden's been. He
what is
no longer in office. He's hiding under the ocean.
Dude. Sketchy. That's all I'll say. Look, now it's moving. Anyway, who knows? Who knows?
It's suspicious, but like also, I would need to see more video. Like I need to see more video. I need to see like a clearer like ocean. Like could that be like a giant pool
flashlight?
Somewhere? Like
Goose, you're crazy.
But it could be. It could be a waterproof flashlight under the. Yeah, it could be
just
something.
His cousin under the water. He's like, okay, I can hold my breath for 60 seconds. You better get this video.
But it could be. It could be somebody under the water.
It's
like
never a hoax.
Could.
No one does that anymore. That's like
I'm
80s.
just saying for that, I need to see more evidence. I need to see something else that makes it a little creepier. It's cool. It's fun to see something and speculate what it is, but I think it's either bioluminescence or it's that guy's cousin Harry underneath the water with a Duracell flashlight.
Let's show this. This is them talking about that.
This is Joe Rogan, and he's going to talk about the time that you beat up your son.
Yeah, again, he still can't get over that.
You beat up your son. Who does that, Nathan? Nathan, do you want to answer for your crimes?
Champions do.
That you touch him up a little bit. You don't actually. You don't. You don't.
It was a little bit. Joe, it was only 22 seconds.
Yeah, but you gave Matt Watson brain damage.
Yeah, he did get a concussion. That's his fault. He didn't put his hands up.
You scrambled his brain.
Can't talk about that anymore. It's the oldest news in the world.
No, but it's still funny. Anytime you see Joe Rogan, I automatically think of the time that you beat up your son now. Yeah, why does it lie? Why does it lie?
Joe, because the internet is a liar. I'm sorry. Okay, here, let's see what it says. I think this is the recording part.
Interesting.
No, I tried to skip.
You know, that's the thing. Like, if there was a long, our planet is many light years away, but we are physically equal.
Oh, this is
I repeat that all races in the universe are physically equal. You are not alone in the universe, and there.
What if it was the pilot just pranking everyone, trying to send like a positive message, like I'm possessed, and the Earth is gonna come to an end unless we become one and stop being mean to each other. Whoa, sorry guys, snap, something happened. I wasn't what that was all about. He could have been doing that, but then it doesn't explain how he traveled through time so fast.
Right. I think that like that's the thing that makes and also the response of the government, literally sending like men in black.
Yeah, that's sketchy that they showed up.
So
he's probably like, why are you guys here?
So like government agents showed up to question him, but also like it's verifiable. Like the air traffic controllers can verify that he traveled an incredible distance in a very short period of time, and he didn't use any fuel. So it's like, oh, this is pretty crazy.
Not using gas is kind of weird.
Yeah,
that's bizarre.
It's very suspicious. It's very, very suspicious. It's a crazy story.
Well, very interesting things. I'm not sure what you want to talk about next, since we're skipping my Sammy Hagar juicy story. Sammy Hagar saw an alien, everyone.
Hold on.
The video isn't very good, so we can't skip it.
Hold the phone, Nathan, hold the phone. If we get one more member, you can talk about your Sammy Hagar story.
I have something better. Way better. If we get one more member, but I won't show this until next week.
Nathan was so excited. He's like, Sammy Hagar, the guy that replaced David Lee Roth. I found a story. He believes in aliens. I need to talk about it. So if we get one more member, what's his song? I can't drive 65.
Yeah. I like David Lee Roth.
You can have your story.
So
I don't know. It sounded like you really liked Sammy.
I found something that is going to blow everyone's minds. There is proof, genuinely. This is on the news, you guys. Proof aliens exist, and I will show it to everyone.
Proof?
Only if we get another member.
Prove it.
If not, we'll show it next week.
That's what the name of the show is going to be from now on. Prove it.
Prove it. Will do. Now, hello there, machine. Welcome to the show. We got 100 likes. Thank you, everyone. If we get 22 more, it'll be the perfect number. 122, my lucky number. Thank you. Now we're going to watch something real spooky, Tom. Are you ready? Look, there's static. Static is spooky.
Is it analog horror? Are we about to go into the back? Is this the Backrooms Mandela catalog?
Catatonic.
Catatonic.
Oh my God.
Okay, we have to watch the Sammy Hagar story.
Off the programming. Thank you, Catatonic.
We have to find out what Sammy Hagar saw. Yeah, somebody else said, "Why can't this be love?" His other song. Yeah, we could just. This is it. Sammy Hagar.
His songs weren't bad. His songs were pretty good. The Van Halen ones. I just like David Lee Roth more. All right, Sammy Hagar. I don't want to watch Sammy Hagar. It's not even that good of a story.
You have to. Catatonic got a membership.
Thank you.
Thank you, Catatonic. Thank you.
Here it is.
Nathan can finally have his story. He was so excited.
The other one's way better, but they donated.
You were so excited.
I think they donated for the other one. I guess I'll show the other one next week. I won't show the new. I can't show the news segment because we need another member for that, since this one was used for him.
Okay, if we get one more member, Nathan will show his other second favorite segment.
No, this is the number. Sammy Hagar has been pushed to number 2 because I found.
No. You said this was your first. You said this was your first favorite. The other one was your second.
Originally,
favorite.
This was first, and then I found a better one.
I think we can get another.
I have to ask you, there's a story that came out. I think it was actually in your book, talking about being abducted by aliens.
So Sammy Hagar was abducted by aliens. This is insane. He's a celebrity. What would we have done without him? If he was taken,
no,
our lives would be so different. We wouldn't have.
My life would be
Van Halen songs.
Ruined. My life would be. What was his name? We would have had to. What was the other singer of Van Halen? Gary Sharon.
Oh, I don't remember. There was a third one.
There was a third one. We would have had to settle for Gary Sharon. And before David Lee Roth could come back, we wouldn't have had any of the Sammy Hagar years.
I like that he's like clearly selling something of his right now.
He sells vodka or something.
He must be doing that. I think the aliens grabbed Sammy Hagar and they're like, "We got him," and they went up to space and they said, "Oh wait, you're not David Lee Roth," and they sent him back. They wanted the better one.
Right.
That's what happened.
They were like, "Hello, Van Halen singer, please sing Jump or off, please sing everything off 1984 or Never Down. That album's pretty good too."
So, here we have Cody Rhodes from the WWE. His twin is asking Sammy Hagar about this experience. We'll see what he says.
And can you expand on that story for us?
Is it true? Yes, it is true. You don't go around saying stuff like that. People call you nut. I've been... everybody that's ever.
So the thing to do is say it on national television.
Yeah. You don't go saying stuff like that unless it really happened.
You don't go around saying that. Let's talk about it.
You don't say that to people. So anyway, I was taken by aliens. Oops, I said it.
Yes. So anyway, before we talk about my vodka, this is when they probed my butt.
Yeah. And I wasn't drunk on my own vodka when this happened.
4 o'clock in the morning, pitch black, dead sleep. I felt like I was being programmed. I like someone was tapping into me, like it was a string from my head.
60s, by the way.
Miles up on a mountain place called
This is before he was a famous singer, and he wasn't like, you know, a crazy man living in a mansion tripping balls. This is when he was potentially sane and not and sober. I don't know.
What if
they
is
a crazy party man? I'm guessing he is as he's an 80s rock star.
But what if they experimented on Sammy Hagar to make him the successor to Diamond Dave?
The aliens had to bring him up to speed. Basically, they had to give him alien powers to hang. That's a big feat to follow.
You will be the singer for the band fronted by Eddie Van Halen and Alex Van Halen. You will be remembered as the second best singer. You were better than Gary Sharon, though.
Tell you what, those songs were out of this world.
Owl Creek, and I know right where it was. This little foothills. At the foothills, there was an object there. There was two people in it, two creatures in it, and it was I want to say it was 64, 65. It was so there was no remote control. There was no satellites. There was no computers. But I sensed they were tapping into me somehow. And they went, oh.
Aladdin said that alien impression is racist. It's not racist, it's specious.
He's waking up, and the universe and UFOs and creatures. The thought of us being woke up in my house and my bed, my room was.
Stand by.
I could almost feel the plug. Like, and
he's having a seizure. Everyone, hang on. Okay,
that's when they experimented on my brain, and that's when I was able to say all the lyrics.
And I knew every word. So basically, he becomes a scat
and then after that is when I came up with that lyric. I can't drive 65, and then it was in Back to the Future, in the movie with Michael J. Fox and Dr. Brown.
Wait, he didn't have a song in Back to the Future, did he? That was Huey Lewis.
No, I can't drive. A Van Halen song or Sammy Hagar song was in Back to the Future.
Oh, was it? I didn't remember.
Maybe it was in like Back to the Future 2.
Oh, maybe. Here, let's check what he says.
They yelled out a numerical code, not of our numerical system. He's waking up. The communication went in my head. He's waking up.
Here we go.
They yelled out a numerical.
Where the heck was I?
And they went, oh.
Oh yeah, it's when it's part 2 because it's when he goes to Biff World.
They were tapping into me somehow.
Here, but now we got to pay attention.
Oh, he's waking up. All mental telepathy. They just the communication went in my head. He's waking up. They yelled out a numerical code, not of our numerical system. It's like, and it went, and I could almost feel the plug, like an electrical charge, leaving, zapped into their ship, put a light on in the ship where I see shadows of these creatures, and I woke up in my house and my bed. My room was infinity white.
He must have been like 10 years old.
Paralyzed. My eyes were open, and all of a
yeah,
sudden,
he was probably like 10. Yeah, he was probably maybe a teenager.
I was, and I broke sweat, and I was shaking, and I felt like my body was so drained, from that moment on, I believed in UFOs. I started looking into astronomy. I became a junior astronomer, and I started figuring out. Till before that day, I never even looked at the sky and thought of anything except for, boy, there's a lot of stars out tonight. How's looking at the ground? I'm looking at the ground, looking for money. But yeah, very unique experience. And
there we go. That's pretty much it.
I mean, I believe it.
Do you guys think Sammy Hagar was probed by aliens and they told him their weird alphabet?
Yeah, I mean, this would explain why he was the second. I mean, a lot of people might say he's the first best. No, nobody says that. Everybody loves David Lee Roth.
Roth all the way. Well, there you go. That's not the good story. We can do the other good story next week if we don't get a member tonight. But I think
you're gonna leave us hanging, Nathan. If we don't get another member, you're not gonna do the good story.
Oh, my knee just popped. It's the best news segment ever.
Wow, this is striking.
And it really motivated me to want to find more like it. So next week I'm going to try to find another one just as good.
So if we decided, are we going to do a second? What is the other day we're potentially doing a second show? So now that you're not on LOL Cow, we could potentially do a second show every week. Fridays for sure, everybody. So I need everybody to concentrate. Everybody in the chat, I need you to lock in.
And we only need 20 more likes, you guys.
I need you to absolutely lock in every Friday night. But we're going to have another night during the week, or at least I think we want to. We're going to try to do another one during the week where we talk about more spooky, mysterious things. But we need to decide what other day.
Yeah, I don't know what day to do it. I think Friday is great. Right now, Friday 6 to 8 for our time is great. I would say we got to space
6 to 8,
like
6 to 8
Wednesday or Monday would be good, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe oh yeah, wasn't that your Passions Day? Everybody's saying Wednesday.
I used to do Passions on Wednesday nights, but I don't want to do it too late because I know I want to be able to see Katie. Like we don't see each other really because I work during the day, she works during the day. And then when she gets home, oh crap, I didn't do an audition. I was supposed to do an audition today. I have to do that tonight after this.
I think we could do it at 6 again.
6. I would like to do on Wednesday, Wednesday we can't. Friday's the day we could do earlier, right? If we did
we could.
Earlier. I think that there is all night streaming. That's
right,
what the problem with LOLCAL was. I didn't get to see Katie ever. Now I'm just doing it again.
Well, I mean, that was 11 to 1.
Wednesday could be 6 to 8, and then Friday could be like 4 to 6.
It could be.
I think daytime hours are better for these types of programs because that's when the YouTube audiences are watching. Twitch is better for night.
Maybe. I think that I think that the spooky type of content works better at night because I think it's more atmospheric and it fits the mood a little bit better. I also think that there's a different vibe at night, and I don't know if the audience agrees with me or not. I do think later, and obviously I'm not going to keep you at like 11, 10 at night. I do think the evening crowd is a little more wild.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
I think that often people that are watching streams during the day are at work or they're at school or they're like just checking in. So it's definitely a different vibe. It's more
it would become
wild at night.
Background noise while people are driving or working if we did it earlier.
Right, but that's what I mean. I like streaming a little bit later, so I think 6 works better.
Comes from members that want the reoccurring time slot, or if they don't catch it live, they want to support and become a member after the fact, and then they watch it as a video. Either way, if we get more members and people want to consume this live or not live, if it starts getting views, then we'll know. And if we're getting members and donations and stuff, then we'll add their day. But yeah, we have to go a long ways before we add another day because like the support now is keeping it basically just like one a week.
Yeah, so I think once or twice we'll figure it out. We'll keep everybody posted on Discord, but also join Nathan.
There's a Odd Boys.
Join Nathan's
room in there for us to all chat about this.
Join Nathan's Discord. Nathan will keep everybody updated. I want to do another day. We're gonna try to do about 2 hours every time we do this.
I love doing this. If we can get support and people like it, then for sure. I know it's not the normal thing that Tom and I are doing. Like we're screaming and jumping around and like I'm doing backflips and we're eating hot stuff. We can.
I could do that if you guys want. I could do that. I could do that if they want. Do they want me to do something crazy? Let's go.
I like it being a program where like people are actually watching and listening.
No, it's fun to just talk about this stuff and not have to be like, oh, we're going to like, if we hit this goal, we're going to eat the 1-chip challenge and annihilate our bowels again.
Yeah.
But yes, follow Nathan on Discord. We'll announce it if we decide on another day, the time we'll announce the other day. Also, my links are in the description of this video down below. I'm live on Twitch 4 days a week, 5 days a week sometimes. Right now I'm playing Chronos, the New Dawn, which you would probably like, actually, Nathan. It is a sci-fi horror game that is very reminiscent of Dead Space. Seth would probably like it a lot. It's called Chronos, the New Dawn. It just came out, and I'm playing that live on Twitch. I'll probably be live right after this, as a matter of fact, on Twitch.
Nice. Yeah, we're going to be wrapping up soon. I like to keep it around 2 hours unless there's like crazy support going on and we extend to like 2.5 hours. But I think 2 to 2.5 hours is good for programming. For like
I think it's good.
Like a block of programming.
I think tonight's episode was fun, and I think we're going to plan
I have
the
a
next
lot more
episode
things to look at. I want to look at this one thing. We have 2 things. One thing I'm not going to look at unless we get a member because
I think let's do one more good story, and then if there's no more support, this will be the last story of the night. Let's do one.
Raspberry, thank you.
I wonder if Tom is streaming tonight. I am streaming after this, Raspberry. I'm playing Chronos, The new dawn. Exactly, Samba. I don't think that. Yeah, Nathan wasn't paying attention to anything I said.
I heard what you said.
I assume this is a quick side thing.
You can't ramble too much. We gotta get to the stories.
I assume that if Nathan says something,
everyone.
I try to hit the big talking points in a louder volume because Nathan probably heard 40% of whatever I'm saying.
I heard everything you said, but
I just assume as long as
we're not watching the next video,
right? As long as I go, Wah! Nathan will go, what? And as long as I modulate, he'll be able to hear the most important bits.
This video is titled 5 Disturbing Appalachian Videos, and I want to watch this man watch them because I started watching it and I was like, yep, this is for me, but I stopped. This is freaky. This guy's in the woods and he hears this giant metal banging. Maybe gunshots? Let's see what happens.
I think it's Blue Man Group.
On May 5th, 2024, TikTok
It's
user
Blue Man
Coco
Group.
Bear Hikes.
This video is by Real Horror Talk.
Posted a
Appalachian
video of his
Woods
journey.
has a lot of messed up stuff. I did a video, which I'm sure you've seen, the Grave Stories video on the girl who went missing and survived 5 days in the Appalachian woods because she said, and she was 5 years old, and she said, "Oh, a little girl helped me." No other little girl was found. It was the spirit of this girl who was murdered in those woods by her own mother, who was in a cult. Her and a priest and these other guys murdered her and buried her. And then it's this crazy story. So anyway, weird, sketchy stuff happens out there. So don't go walking around the Appalachian woods.
While he was hiking across the entire Appalachian Trail. And that's when he heard gunshots nearby, seemingly in the middle of nowhere. And while not overtly paranormal, it did give him pause, thinking he could be in danger. And since he was not armed himself, he began to record for his own safety.
Inept, thank
Here's
you.
that clip.
Oh
Take
my
a look.
God. From here to Twitch to the LCD here again.
No.
Thank you, Inept.
Staying here. This is where I've always been. I'm always here. This is always the standard. Thank you for being here. And thank you for the donation.
Thank you. Thank you.
And so it's like a really weird place to shoot. I think the trail goes that way. So like, maybe it's just me being paranoid, but I have like a weird feeling. It's like, why the fuck are you shooting right off trail?
Yeah, why would you shoot near where there's people?
Maybe he only has a 4-shot gun. You can hear him moving.
That is so scary, dude.
So it's not.
I hate guns.
It's like sketched out, you know, like a little weirded out.
Now it should be noted that many commenters were quick to speculate as to why there was shooting in such a remote area, with some commenting that he had every right to be sketched out, and while others said it was completely normal. But given Appalachia's notoriety, it left him
Dude,
a bit more
there's
paranoid.
Breaking Bad
You
stuff
can follow
happening
the rest
out there.
of his journey over on his TikTok
Yeah.
account.
It's definitely sketchy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole thing is like, you don't know what was it a hunter? Was it like, you don't know.
Do you hear this one?
It just, yeah, like right into the
They
lady
just jump right
screaming
into
and running through the woods.
Welcome to the horrors of the woods.
Stop, please.
Wait, what is she hearing?
Please.
This next creepy video
What is she
comes
doing
from
out
D's
there?
Dark Adventures over on YouTube. I'll tag it in the description below. And after hiking
a
on
channel called
strange
D's
trail
Dark
near
Adventures.
the Appalachian Mountains, she begins to be
Again,
hunted
in
by
the
something in the
Appalachian-
distance,
the whole
and it
video
does
is that,
not
yeah.
go well. And even after making it out of the woods, it still continues to follow her.
I mean, you never know. People are just making their own Blair Witch cell phone videos now.
Yeah, I think that is it's the the blessing and the, you know,
curse
the
of the
problem.
internet.
Well, it's like everybody has, like, if you have an iPhone or whatever, you have a 4K camera in your pocket, and like you could use TikTok video editor to make something that's like at least mildly compelling. And if you like just a little bit know what you're doing, you can make something that might be conceived as being real.
Yeah.
Here's that clip. Take a look.
Yeah. Hi.
That does look like glowing eyes, but it could also
It is
be
weird. Could be an owl.
It could be like the leftover of like a sign that had a post that said like no hunting, and it was a metal sign. It ripped off, and those little pieces of metal are reflecting off of her lens. It could be anything on a tree or a post, or it could be like a raccoon clinging to a tree and looking at you.
Yeah.
Raccoon's eyes
Yeah.
glow. And they always stare at you.
Please, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
What was it?
So it's just two glowing eyes.
I mean, it could have been like a mountain lion. It could have been anything. But
why
yeah.
is she so deep in the woods alone at night? Like,
yeah,
who goes to the
it's
woods
like
at night. She's not camping.
I think that's the problem here, though. Is like, oh my God, Jay.
Oh my gosh. I think
It's the Blair Witch.
Jay, now I have to play that other video.
Thank
You know what I'm realizing?
We're never. This is it, Nathan. We're in overtime.
Well, this video I had for like backup to be like, well, if we didn't have enough to talk about, we need more time. This is like a 9-minute video. We can just react to this stuff. But I'm realizing I should just be watching my own video, which I captured. I didn't capture it. Sorry, where I broke down even a better situation that happened in the woods. Thank you, Jay, for that being a member for 17 months.
Then you're getting your money's worth out of your content.
Yep.
You could just pull up your own video and you're like, here is this very real video that I made.
Yes.
Here's my grave stories.
Exactly. Why isn't it appearing? What's going on here? Oh, wait. Hello. Let's see. Where is it? Got it. Okay. This is my own YouTube video.
What's up with the Nathan Cemetery channel?
I don't know.
I'll put you on the spot. You got that channel all.
Oh, here it is. No one watched the video, so I stopped doing it. I did it for like months. And it was a waste of time and money.
I will say that your view count on like Grave Stories, for example, was similar on the Nathan Cemetery channel as it is on your Nathan channel.
Yeah,
so
no
it
one
might
cares
make
about great Grave Stories. No one cares at all. I just love doing it.
But I'm just saying, if you're gonna do the videos, it might be more advantageous for you just to put them on that channel. You're gonna get the same amount of views. You're gonna get
less. I'm gonna get less than 1,000.
I bet you'll get a similar amount of views, and then they'll all be concentrated to one place. I think it would make the most sense to keep that over here.
Maybe.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Spread your content out.
Here we go. This is on the Nathan Cemetery channel. It's no views, 1.4 thousand views. So no one cares. But this is interesting. Basically, I'm just reacting to this other video. In this particular video, there's a lot of videos where I do like research and stuff, but this is just a silly video where I was like, well, I'm gonna make something easy. So
a YouTuber in Belgium investigates an area of the woods known for having creepy activity.
I think he's from Belgium. Him and his friends went out to the woods. This guy's name is Ciaz, the YouTuber. This is crazy. He went out to the woods with his friends because there's some like makeshift do not enter area in the woods, and they said it was creepy. Those trees alone are creepy. So they're going to investigate this weird spot in the woods where they think there's like some, see this, there's some like weird
Someone
activity
made this
going
thing that
on.
says do not enter.
Private. They wrote it with a Sharpie on a piece of wood. Beware of dog, I think.
And
Is
this is
like
that?
a young guy that just like wants to get involved in everything and like go see what's going on. He's like, you know,
he's just like a vlogger
kind of like young dude, And they heard like some screaming out there, so like we got to come back and film it. That sign said
Raspberry wishes they could play Kona Supin.
Trying to do their own like
you can play Kona Supin.
Raspberry, we've told you can.
Yeah, you can. It's just more expensive now.
No, you can do a regular blurp too. Just do a.
You can do the
blurp
sound.
version.
You can do the sound effects. Yeah.
No one likes blurps anymore. I guess blurps are retired.
No. Banned.
On
Canceled.
Blair Witch sketch video.
Wait till you
Did they hear something? There was a noise. I just heard it. Listen to this.
Zeker? Ja. Oh, nee. Waar is dat?
You hear that? Ring.
Dat is een deur, hè? Hallo?
Dude, these woods are creepy. I would not be out here.
No, this is yeah.
That's like dogs. Oh, it's dogs. Maybe there are dogs out there. It could be like some hunter guy's property. I would believe the person who made their own makeshift do not enter sign over some. Oh God, they're entering. They're entering. They're going in.
It said
I mean,
they're crossing another one.
They didn't care.
Another makeshift thing. Private. Those are.
I
like,
do think this.
Those are like nailed up signs. Oh,
I do
that's
think this
scary.
is.
I have chills. Oh my gosh.
I do think this is scary, but I also think this is probably set up. I think it's probably set up.
No, you'll see. This is crazy. Ready? Listen. Oh, that's scary. I have chills. Oh my gosh. Do you hear that? Oh my God. Oh my God. I have chills everywhere. That's scary screaming. Is that a bird or a person? Dude, if I heard any... Watch. Oh, there's someone coming. Here she comes.
Hello.
Oh my God. Oh my God. She has an act. Was that a scary person? It was like a ghost lady. Is this a sketch? Oh, that lady's making noises.
Yeah. I think it's set up.
So I thought that too, but then it gets deeper into it. Here, watch. She's doing the screaming noises. That she has a light. That's her light. Run from the light. Wait, what is the?
It's hard for
we're
reacting to me
reacting. What is what does this title even mean?
I think we should do another couple of like reactions and like just stack you on top of each other. I think you should react to. I think you should react to your react to your react, and we should just keep stacking them up.
Oh gosh, that lady's so. Turn me down. Look at her. Nope. If I saw this woman coming, I would have run and never stopped running. Are they wearing a bathrobe? Oh my God! Why are they always wearing a creepy? Is she not wearing shoes? Look at she's wearing. Why are they always wearing a creepy white dress?
It's creepy, but I think it's just like a
the cops
short
are. Oh my
film.
gosh, she's with the cops. But now the cops come. Look.
Oh.
She starts screaming at him. Who the heck is this lady?
So this is like a crazy person.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's real, but it was like it was like a
because the lights are on her. She's a ghost. This is really creepy. The cops could be you act crazy unless they called the cops on themselves for the video because
which is the possibility to like get. I mean,
crazy.
Yeah, people will do anything for attention. It is a creepy video. I'll give it that.
But she lived out there with her dog. She might just be a lady that lives in the woods, and then
it could be like a crazy
arrested, and her dog's where they're gonna go.
It could be a crazy person. It could be set up, but I don't think it's supernatural in origin. I think at a like if it's real, I think it's just a crazy person in the woods.
Yeah.
That heard these like YouTubers and started yelling at them.
I feel like if these guys made this up, they wouldn't have made that sign. That sign felt genuine. Like she had a piece of wood, she wrote it, she tried to make it like as good as she could. That felt like if they put this on and they wrote it and they like, hey, you have to get a crazy person, they would have just got like do not cross tape. They would have got like caution tape or something cheap from like Party City, So
yeah,
that sign made me think she was genuine.
It's a good video. It's pretty creepy. I don't think it was a ghost. I think it could have been a wild, crazy lady, or it was a ghost. I've played Phasmophobia. That was the lady.
Catatonic. That video is on my Nathan's Cemetery YouTube channel, which is like a side channel that I've sort of stopped using because like no one really watched. So now I just put my spooky stuff on this channel you're watching now. They're back on the regular Nathan channel.
But I think you should put the videos on your Nathan Cemetery channel.
No, I don't know if it's monetized anymore, so it's a waste of my time.
It takes a while to be unmonetized. It's probably
if you don't get views.
Yeah, well, it hasn't been that long since you've put a video up. I think that channel will still be monetized. No, I think I lost it
already. You lose it quick now. If it's not just getting views, So anyway, yeah, we didn't get a new member, so I can't watch the Proof of Aliens Existing news broadcast. We'll have to watch it next week.
But we can watch it. Yes, we'll watch it next week. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I think this is our first real episode. Last week was a test. This was fun.
We're still figuring it out. We ramble a lot. We talk a lot. It's gonna be hard for me to make these. What is it called? Bookmarks or whatever, chapter markers for our subjects because we just ramble a lot. But
thank you for the
things we want to talk about every week, and every week we're going to keep bringing you the top news in the odd world out there. So stay tuned to next Friday, and if it starts picking up speed and we get members and lots of support, we'll add a day. But if it's not something people don't want, we'll bail. That's the thing. Tom says I can't bail on it. Because if it doesn't do well, I want to go and do something else that's gonna do well.
That's the drama, and I will publicly, because this is the new drama right here. I will publicly yell at Nathan for this because I put a contract on Discord. Are you guys ready to hear this drama? If you would like this show to continue, Nathan is right. for this to we do a lot of scripting offline. And we do talk about the show during the week, and we do have to like plan our days around it. So if you would like the show to continue, we do really need the likes. We need comments on the video, memberships, super chats, just so we can devote the time away from our other daily responsibilities into the show.
I left
because
I was finishing up the dad movie script, by the way. So that's starting.
Exactly.
I can do the fundraiser next week, everyone. If you got a couple bucks and you want to donate to my movie, I'm making the dad movie early next year, and I'm finishing the script today. Hello, Metaproid. So yeah, something like that is what I could be doing right now. But I want to do the show,
drama,
but we can only do it if it
the
is
drama.
I don't want to hold it over your heads. We appreciate you all, but we have to be like, smart.
The drama is Nathan, and this is the T right here, everybody. Nathan has a tendency, I feel, where it's like, it's fair. Nathan has a tendency to start a billion different projects and then abandon them after one show because he's like, I put up this one random thing and it only got 10 views, 200
I
views.
give everything a few months. Everything I do is for a few months at least. Always. It just feels like it was only one because months go by so quick. I put out so many videos. That channel, the Nathan Cemetery, I had like tons of videos. I worked on it for like 6 months. Everything I do.
But I think that
I have a lot of ideas. I won't deny. I have a lot of ideas. I have a lot of things I want to do. And if something doesn't work, I go, all right, on to the next thing. And I don't mind doing that. I'm not a person that can do the same thing forever. It gets boring. You get uninspired. It's not interesting anymore. I can't do the dad storyline forever. So I had to switch to man. Now I have new ideas for dad. I have a movie idea I'm going to do for dad. I'll still put out songs. Like that's something I can do. A song is such a different thing. Every song. I will do songs forever. Under some character.
Yeah, you've always liked music.
Just Nathan. I've always made songs for every character's my whole career. That's one consistent thing. So that'll do. But like I can't just keep doing Keith Apicary or Dad or Grave Stories if no one's watching. I need to like pay the bills. So if this doesn't pay the bills, I'm gonna end it. But if people like it,
but are you...
and they can gift a sub every week and like basically pay to watch. We can't. I'm 44. I can't do anything for free like I did in my 20s. Everything I did on YouTube was for free. I didn't get paid.
Yeah,
anything.
which
I do. I wanted to make stuff, but I'm not 22 anymore.
Which I do think is fair. And just to put it out there into the ether, because people have said this to me as well about like things like Project Earth and the Tinfoil Tom videos and stuff like that. YouTube doesn't really pay ads for videos. You have to get millions of views to make ad revenue. You don't make, or like TikTok last year, I had like 4 million views on TikTok. And I made $0.
Yeah.
Because TikTok doesn't pay through that way. Like you have to have like X amount of like quantifiable watch time and like all that stuff. So a lot of the stuff that Nathan and I separately already do, we already do it for we already do it for free.
Yeah.
So we're trying to like, which I do agree with Nathan. I do think you should do this. So here to back it all up.
I'll do this till the end of the year.
Exactly. I have a contract. I have a contract that Nathan has to do this show at least once a week until the end of the year, or he owes me $10,000.
But by the way, yes, I will do it to the end of the year. And if it doesn't increase in views, in memberships, in support, then we have to just move on to something else. But if it does do well, this will become our 9 to 5 potentially. Speaking of support, we got to thank everyone who was active this week. Thank you for 108 likes. Trying to hit 122 if it's possible.
Hey.
To start off, Space Breakfast, the angel, the major
Space
supporter.
Is, can I just say, Space?
Let me read these real quick. Space Breakfast gave 20 memberships to start off. Then Space Breakfast gave $100 and said, Odd Boys Forever. Then Chunk Rock became a member. And then Raspberry gave $5. And then Czar Mania gave $20. Brody James gave $10. Catatonic gave $2. Raspberry gave $5. Catatonic gifted a membership. Raspberry gave $5. Inept gave $5. And then Jay renewed their membership. So thank you, Jay.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
We earned $152. After 30% is taken and given to YouTube, we will split the rest. So we probably each made about $50 today. So thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank you, everybody. It doesn't. It will be like doing that. So that's to give you guys an example of like it it's definitely very, very much appreciated, but we're going to try to hit maybe like $100 each on an episode. And then we'll add another day. We basically want to make this so that we can devote the extra time to research, to scripting, and then we can do an extra day. And then we can do this beyond the other things that were the other irons that we have in the fire. But
thank you,
you just
Sparky.
don't, you don't,
everyone should check out Sparky Sin, by the way. Sparky's a super crazy good guitar player with an amazing setup. He puts on a real wild show.
Another 5. Let's go. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Inept. That's very nice of you. Very much appreciated.
Thank you.
We love doing this show. Hope we don't sound like buttheads by saying like we need support, but like, we're just being very honest. I think
we have. Yeah, I think you have to be
20 years now.
Yeah, I've been on YouTube for 15 years. Yeah. So it's like
we love doing it. We're only here because we like doing it, but we do want to. I gotta make a baby next couple of years and try to move into a house. So I'm trying to have,
and it's like
things get done in my life, and hopefully we can all do this as a job as we go towards those goals.
Right. And it's like, just like you have the dad movie where I'm trying to, part of the reason for me doing this show is I want to do another season of Project Earth, which is my ARG that if you're looking for another ARG, Nathan also has a cameo in it.
Watch Project
I have an ARG.
Earth. Look it up. Yeah,
watch
YouTube.
Project Earth. Part of the reason I'm trying to do this show is to maybe raise a little bit of extra money that I can then put towards something like Project Earth, because we have to rent cameras, we have to rent costumes, we have to do all that stuff. So it takes a lot.
Well, thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you for the support. We appreciate it. Tom, are you going live on Twitch after this?
What time it'd be? Yeah, it's almost 9 o'clock. Yes, I am going to go live. I'm going to go to the bathroom and get some water and stuff. I'll be live on Twitch. Look in the description of this video. I have a Twitch channel. I'm probably not going to stream for more than a couple hours because it's a little late now. But I'll be live on Twitch playing Chronos: The New Dawn, which is the new Blooper Team game. Ooh, nice. Like I said, Nathan, you would like this game. You and Seth would like this too.
I might. I stream on Twitch as well. If my link's in the description too. I think tomorrow morning I might do a Twitch stream playing some video games. Saturdays, Katie works her 6th day of the week, and then she gets home in the afternoon. So a good time for me to stream would be Saturdays, because I make myself not edit on the weekend, but I can do some game streams. So maybe tomorrow I'll stream on Twitch. I gotta finish Cyberpunk. I also have to finish Witcher 3. And
gotta finish Metal Gear.
Metal Gear. I'm playing that in my personal time. Katie got me that for engagement, so I'm playing the new Metal Gear alone. But then I do want to play some more WoW and some Final Fantasy 14. So, yeah. Well, yeah, let's do a soft raid. Go over to Tinfoil Tom's Twitch. It's Mr. Whiskers in the description. That's his Twitch channel.
Should I start that and then I'll be live and... Well, I'll start it as soon as you do the outro, so that we're not like talking over my thing.
Yeah. Head over to Tom's Twitch now and go party with him tonight. And until then, we'll see you next Friday on episode 3 of Odd Boys, where we're going to talk about more paranormal things, more spooky things. And eventually, I would like to go to a cemetery live on stream at night. Tom will run the Discord, and I'll call in from my phone inside a cemetery, which I've done in the past. I did it here on this YouTube channel to raise money for the Milford movie. And I'm starting the new fundraiser for the Dad movie. I think the Dad movie is going to change my life and really bring a lot of attention to me. I'm seeing friends of mine. My friend directed the new movie Weapons. Kane Pixels, who worked on the Dad series, just made the Backrooms for A24. All these people around me are making really big things. And I'm like, this is it. This is my time to make the Dad movie and like really change my life. And maybe someone will pick it up and turn it into a feature. I'm very happy with the script. I was just cleaning it up today. So if you want to support, please become a member here and watch us and allow us to make more creative things and do things outside of live streams. So yeah, There we go. Go check out Tom. There's his link in the chat. Thanks for being here, everyone. My name's
Thank you, everybody.
I'm a former gravedigger from Spooky New England, and Tinfoil Tom is a conspiracy theorist hiding out in a bunker so the government doesn't find him.
Undisclosed
I don't know what your
location.
outro is. I don't know what your outro is. Do you have one?
My outro is, it's real to me.
Goodbye,
Doesn't
everyone.
matter. Bye, everybody. See you next week. Bye.